Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if everything is working properly, I think we should be live. What's going on, everybody? I'll wait for the last couple of people to trickle in. There we go. We are live. Hopefully notifications get sent out properly to everybody. Let me just share the stream on Twitter. Alright. Alright, looks like we're good to go. What's going on, everybody? Let me just pull up chat, make sure everything's going good properly. What's up, Trains? Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing tonight? What's up, Matthew Joseph? Let's go indeed. Gonna be a good game tonight. Found the time to be able to get a stream in today, so weird Thursday stream. You usually don't do these, but lucky enough to do it today. Exactly, so found time for it, and I wanted to stream this game. I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. Jets and Oilers this season so far has been pretty good. God, I hate Gene Principe. He's so cringe. Oh, how's this kid still on? Oh, man. Alright, whatever. Alright, let me... What a signing by Ken Holland. It's like Tyson Berries has been good for a long time. He just had a really bad year. I don't know. I just don't like Gene Principe. I just find him really cringe. Alright. There we go. First time we play Edmonton this year with Dubois in the lineup. Hell yeah it is, dude. Hell yeah it is, Jetta. How you doing, dude? How you doing, man? You know what? Since I got you here real quick, I got some new stuff recently that's come through the mail. Let me make sure you guys can actually see this properly. Yeah. Got a Nicolette Ehlers rookie artifacts jersey auto out of 125. We got the Laurent Brossoit artifacts auto. Brian Little puck signature. Nicholas Batin rookie SPX. Jonah Luotu clear cut young gun. Lowry canvas. Harkins young gun. Luotu regular young gun. Burden young gun. Laurent Brossoit young gun. And a David Gustafson rookie young gun. Those are... Oh, and then I also have a Logan Stanley Team Canada patch. There isn't any Logan Stanley stuff yet. He'll be this year. So, looking good. Yeah, it's really good. I got a really good deal on that thing, too. I only paid $20 for it on a bid. It was a last-minute bid, which is really good because I have the non-autographed out of 100 patch, dual patch Ehlers. That's worth like over $100 now. So, got two nice rookie Ehlers artifacts from that year. And they're the nicest stuff, artifacts anyway. That's my favorite collection for cards. I need to buy more artifact stuff. More Jets artifact stuff. It's really good. 4-1 Jets. Connor finally gets a hat trick. I like the way that sounds, Trains. That sounds good to me. Yes, they are. Pretty interesting stats, though, when you look at the team similarities. Power play is 5th and 9th. 9th for the Jets, 5th for the Oilers. Penalty kill is 17th in the league for the Jets and 20th for the Oilers. 21st in the league for face-off. 13th in the league for face-offs for Edmonton. Goals for is basically the exact same, almost 6th and 4th, very close. And goals against, again, also is very close down the middle, only by 0.4%. Very, very similar match teams this year for some reason, even though Edmonton has obviously been 5-5 and not as consistent because of their roster. But similar stats nonetheless. 3-2 Jets, but they won't give an empty net goal. All right, we'll see if that happens. I like that prediction. I'm going with 4-2 Winnipeg Jets. Kyle Connor with 2, Ehlers with 1, and Mason Appleton with a goal. Pionk is going to be very active tonight, so expect to see him on the score sheet as well. And the other guy I really think is going to be a very good player for us tonight, Connor Hellebuck. I think if he's... Oh, no. I think Laurent Brossoit is starting tonight. Here I am saying that, and I don't even know who's starting for my team tonight. I gotta check this now. Brossoit is starting tonight. I think Brossoit is going to have a good night. I think goaltending is going to be very important tonight. I think it's going to be a very interesting game for the goaltending match. Alright. I think it's going to be a good game for both teams. I like the way the Oilers are playing recently. The Jets are coming off of pretty good performances, in my opinion. They've looked good, so I think it's going to be good. will come in third, leading 3-1. We'll see. Brossoit is the GOAT. Hell yeah, it's Frozen. It's Frozone. He's been so good this year, reverting back to his first season form with the Jets. Not as good last year, but still a good as a backup. And this year, just showing those amazing years, especially that game in Vancouver. The shutout performance was fantastic. He has been very good, consistent backup. The Jets have had good goaltending the last few years, and with Burden coming up on the Moose, it looks like they're going to have stable goaltending for the next few years, which is a very nice thing to have, considering we used to can't come from Al Montoya and Andre Pavlik, Michael Hutchinson, and an inconsistent rookie Connor Hellebuck. So we haven't had the best goaltending in the past, but it's nice to have solid goaltending now, nonetheless. All right, Anthem is over. Puck drop is about to get underway in the Edmonton. I like the way that sounds too, Trades. Damn, it's, what, plus 16 in Edmonton? I think that was hotter than it was in Vancouver today. That's funny. Alright, let's get into this game. It's going to be a good one. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't already, guys. 4 in a row. Look at those numbers. 5-1, 244. Those are really good. Had to come watch? Welcome, just a person. Glad you can come watch today. This wasn't something I had planned for today. It just kind of worked out in a way. So happy to have this done. Been able to get the stream out for you guys. To do 2 in a week is something that I haven't been able to do yet. So don't get used to it because it's not going to happen all the time. But I'll try my best to find as many days as I can to stream the games. You guys seem to really like them. And I like talking over the games and giving my opinion. Also, we're going to have Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast, who's been on the last few streams. He's going to join us during in between the second and third intermission to give his thoughts on the game and ask some questions. So when Zach comes in, I want you guys to ask questions for us to answer, and then before he leaves, we'll answer all your guys' questions in chat. I'll talk more about that when it gets close to it. Shot by Neil Pionk, right coming off the rush and a whistle. Really good break in there by the Jets. 21 seconds in, a really good offensive look there. Neil Pionk jumping in on the rush. Wheeler, too, coming off the side. Cuts to the middle, throws it in front. I agree, man. Pavlik held us back from being a wild card team for like our first few seasons. He really did. If Pavlik was more of a consistent player, he would be better. I'll be back at the intermission. Sounds good, Noah. I'll see you during intermission, man. Enjoy the game. Thanks for coming in and dropping a like. Appreciate it, man. This stream is probably going to go till 10 p.m. Winnipeg time. It should only be about... These are two really fast teams, so not a lot of whistles usually get called against them, I've noticed. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be only about a 2.5-hour game, so I guess still late for Winnipeg, but I'm hoping it's not a late one for out here. I want to still go over some school stuff later, potentially, and have a little bit of a nice evening to myself after the game, because these are exhausting, so I want to have a little bit to relax before work tomorrow. I was busy with classes today, but back towards the ice. So far, the pressure is pretty good by the Jets. You know, just a normal-looking hockey game. Too early to judge. Only 18, basically the first minute has gone through. I want to see Morrissey have a better game. I'm going to be watching that Morrissey-DeMello pairing a lot tonight. Morrissey had one of his worst games of the season last game. I didn't get a chance to talk about it because I just didn't have... Unfortunately, my video files just got corrupted, so I'm hoping this is going to be an intense game. I feel like it's going to be as well. But yeah, Morrissey had one of his worst games as a Jet last game, so I'm looking forward to see what happens with the game moving forward today. All right. Yeah, so far the Jets have been okay defensively. They haven't really given up any looks to the Edmonton Oilers yet. Any good looks, I would say. Again, very early to say, but it's not a bad way to start the game against the Oilers when you got the offense that they do. Pierre-Luc Dubois and Ehlers have just been so good lately. Pullman. 2-on-1. Here he comes. 2-on-1 break with Logan Stanley in between. And Brossoit is able to cover up there. That was close. There we go. Back to... Oh, offside. That was a good rush, though. That was a good rush. Yeah, that was a really bad pinch there by Pullman. Connor was able to get to that puck, and he did not need to come all the way to the front of into the slot, basically, from the blue line to try to keep the puck in. It was a very stupid pinch. Very unnecessary there. Didn't like that play there from Tucker Pullman. I think something that Paul is going to have to try to manage tonight is when the top line is up against the top line for the Hey, Brady, don't apologize for being late, man. It's the game just starting. What's going on, dude? Welcome, welcome. I'm sad you lost your footage in one of your reactions. Yeah, I wasn't able to upload the last one because I had no footage. My gameplay was corrupted, so I didn't even know that when I rendered the video. It was completely dicey, choppy, laggy, horrible video gameplay for my NHL. I didn't have a clean audio recording. It was choppy and glitchy in the render, so I re-rendered and then found out that the reason why it was all glitchy was because my original recording of my audio and everything was just horrible, so I wasn't able to get one done, and by that point it was already past midnight and I was just exhausted and I had class today, so I had to skip out on that last game, but we'll have one out for this game for sure. Actually gonna have a double upload for tomorrow. Oh no, we're gonna have 3 uploads in a row though. We're gonna have a video coming out on Saturday talking about Mason Appleton, so if you haven't already subscribed with notifications, that'll be coming out at 8:30 a in the morning, Winnipeg time. It'll be a nice morning for you guys in the sub box, so you have all day to watch it. All right. Fourth line's up there, right there against the top line. Don't like that. Don't like that McDavid-Lewis matchup there. That was a little bit shaky. Paul's got to do a better job of managing that. Anything happened yet? Nope, still 0-0 game. First 5 minutes basically have gone by. Nothing really. The Jets had a couple decent looks. Pullman made a dumb pinch that backfired in a 2-on-1, but Brossois saved it. And that's basically it, Brady. Other than that, it's been a pretty regular start. You need to get to 10K at the end of the year. Hell yeah, then I'll buy that Nathan Beaulieu captain's jersey. God, if that happens, I would be genuinely shocked. What's your opinion on the CFL and talks with the XFL? I like it for the fact that it'll grow the CFL's audience in Canada, and more people will, and I like that because I love football, and I like that more people would watch it. I just don't want the rules to change. I think the XFL should take all the rules from the CFL to be different from the NFL. I think that would be really good for America too, to see more of the CFL rules, because it's really entertaining football. Like, I like both leagues, and I still think the CFL has more better rules than the NFL. So I would like to see CFL rules carried over, but who knows if that would happen and what it would look like, since the XFL would have majority teams and whatnot. So it's an interesting situation there, Jared. But I think that it's going to be an interesting situation that develops, and I'm going to keep my eye on it because I love both the leagues, and I like the XFL too. I think it's a fun idea, and I think both of it could work well. I just don't want it to change the CFL's fundaments and their history. I don't really mind though, and anyone complaining about the Grey Cup being won in America and all that stuff, I just think it's fun. We need to see the cap. Exactly, you do. And like I promise, if I actually get 10K subscribers, cross my heart, I will buy a custom Nathan Beaulieu jersey with the captaincy logo, with the captaincy on it. I'll even make it a reverse retro if they're still available. I saw a cat with glowing eyes one time. You sure it wasn't just a photo of a cat with glowing bright eyes? Cats are weird like that, man. Every time you shine the light on a cat, their eyes go crazy. It's hilarious. Like, it just makes every video of a cat in the dark, and they're acting all funny. They look even more like a crackhead. It's hilarious. Oh my God, Brossois, that was almost a goal there. Ugh. I think that was to Bear. Here comes Morrissey coming in. Ah. All right. Come on, boys. That will never happen. 100K. 100K Jets. That would never happen. But I'll say it right now. If I ever get 100K, I will buy a Paul Postman jersey with a captaincy on it. Just for you, Trains. Just so you can have the satisfaction of knowing that if that ever happens, you're the reason why. So there we go. Yes, he is. Mason Appleton's been fantastic. That's why there's a video coming out of him about Saturday. I really think Mason Appleton's going to have a bright future with this organization. You know, Stanley is not leading the team, my mistake. Logan Stanley is a +7. A +7. And then look at Nathan Beaulieu's stats. Like, Paul Maurice, what are you doing? I'll get him to sign it. I'll find Paul Postma. I'll get him to send it to his P.O. box, and I'll get him to sign it. Same with the Bellew one. Or Beaulieu. How could I disrespect Bellew? His name like that. 7 minutes in. Scoreless so far. Opportunities on both sides of the offensive zones. What's going on, Yaka? Welcome to the stream, dude. Glad you could make it. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, so not a lot of opportunity for both teams there, really. Like, they were obviously playing decent, but... in my opinion, that this is like honestly kind of what I thought the first would look like. I thought that the offense, if it's going to be there, is going to pick up mostly in the second and third. But I have a feeling this first period is going to be kind of slow, a little grindy, picking up the best opportunities and stuff like that. But I don't know. Who am I to say? I'm just a guy who likes watching hockey. But I'm impressed with the Jets so far. Defensively in their own end, they've made a couple of dumb mistakes. Pullman with that pinch that caused a 2-on-1 obviously isn't good. And other than that, Brossoit has made a couple twice where he's played the puck in weird times that I don't think he should. So hopefully that doesn't keep up as a pattern. But other than that, I think the Jets are playing a pretty solid game of hockey. The offense looks good. The defense is jumping in at times. I've seen Morrissey, Pionk, and obviously Pullman making that dumb pinch, still jumping in on the rush. So I like what I see from the Jets so far offensively. I just want the pace to pick up a little bit more. I want Ehlers to fly because, McDavid's going to be like that mostly all game. So we got to let the speed guys out, let the speed demons out. I want to see Appleton and Ehlers really breaking into the zone fast tonight. I think that have Lowry coming down hard the middle, have Appleton coming down the wing. Same with the Ehlers line, PLD coming hard down the middle with Ehlers flying down. I think that would be it's going to be a smart way for the Jets to continuously drive the offense, especially with the way Ehlers has been entering the zone through the neutral zone with the puck. His transition game has been fantastic, so hopefully that'll be an asset of the line that they're currently using, right, with PLD and Ehlers. Hopefully they can balance that out. We could see some good speed options because that's what McDavid's going to be doing tonight. I think the big thing with the both XFL, yeah, probably. No matter who wins, Toronto will be tied for first. If the Jets win, they will have this exact same record. Yes, they will. It's going to be pretty interesting. So about that, the Jets are really closing in on the Leafs. So same on the Oilers are pretty good too. There's a lot of good teams right now in Canada. So it's going to be a really good. It's going to be a really good rush finish to the line, like almost everyone said before the season. I hate Toronto for bringing them up off their high horse. Yeah, exactly. It will be nice, especially for Leafs fans who think that they're still like this great team. A lot of but the real Leaf fans know that they're not like the best team in the world ever. This is probably still one of the best Leaf teams ever assembled. I won't take away from that talent. It is very, very good, very deep. They're not the greatest team right now. They're having a little bit of a slump. Still good though. I give credit to where credit's due, even though I don't like the Leafs that much, and I actually hate the Leafs, but I still think they have a well-structured, very talented team. Even though I think they have a lot of weaknesses still, I still think they're a very good team. Same like the Jets. A lot of weaknesses, but still a very good team. Oof. Mark Scheifele just let that... Oof. Again, see? Top line isn't playing good defensively. Pionk with a really active stick there, forcing a shot from Draisaitl is what I want to see him do this whole game. Physical on the body with McDavid and active sticks in the lane. And that's out of the zone. Jets are able to get a little bit of a change in, I think. Puljujärvi's out there now. Ooh, Wheeler almost got sprung on a one-on-one there. Wouldn't have been a breakaway. There was a guy waiting at the Edmonton defenseman waiting at the blue line, but that was close. Thank you guys for 10 likes. We already hit the like goal for this period. That's pretty awesome. Thank you guys for that. McDavid coming down the wing. Hard shot around the net. Missed. And around the zone. Cleared it. Alright, Barry corrals the puck at his own blue line. Feeds it up to Connor McDavid. Here comes Connor McDavid through neutral zone. Cuts through. Is in the zone. Connor McDavid backdrops pass to Tyson Barrie. Tyson Barrie lets it float on net. Brossoit right into the crest of the jersey. Saved. And we get a whistle. Very... That's what I'm talking about there. Jets got to have active sticks in the neutral zone and try to get McDavid and slow him down the best they can. Obviously, it's hard to slow him down. He's one of the best players in the world. But you got to try to do a better job than that. He broke in very cleanly. Ooh, DeMello got elbowed pretty hard by Draisaitl. Yeah, they're just showing it. Are you surprised the Winnipeg Jets were awarded the team from Atlanta Thrashers? I thought the Phoenix Coyote were going to go first. Honestly, I wasn't surprised because Atlanta had so many different type of ownership problems, and it made a lot of sense. And also, the NHL Gary Bettman doesn't want the Arizona experiment to fail. Look at all the stuff that's gone on with them, with their organization, and they're still there. So they're probably not going to move unless this situation gets even worse. But I think that Atlanta was going to be moved eventually. They never had the strong fan base. They had diehard fans, but never a consistently strong fan base. And they had a hard time selling games, and there was just a lot of ownership problems, the lawsuit with the owners. So there was a lot of stuff there. So I'm not surprised. I think eventually it was going to be one of those teams regardless. The icing on the cake for this season would be Toronto has the first round. That would be a prime example of the Leafs having it. I would love that if the Leafs get knocked out first round again. If the Leafs get knocked out first round, you need to blow up the team because they're obviously not going anywhere. When you look at the other types of teams that are built like that with the success they've had. Because at least the Jets can say they made a run to the Western Conference Finals. The Leafs haven't even gotten out of the first round with this core yet. So, how much longer the guys want to stay there with no success? How many coaching changes can you do, right? That's just the problem with the Leafs is that, and their cap too is fucked. They can't make many huge type of additions without trading off big pieces to reshape the core because you have the contracts that are like so much of your cap invested in that top line and the top six. And obviously with TJ Brody contract's also pretty hefty for the next 3 years as well. Oh, bad pass by Nate Thompson to Pullman. He just whipped it out his chest. Pionk and Forbert on now. And smart play by Pionk there. Not forcing icing, just clear the puck out. Exactly, slippery noodle. That's a huge problem for when you're trying to compete for a cup because you don't have flexibility to change your roster if you think you're not close. You have to trade a big guy if you want to make a big splash or a big change. And none of those contracts are really short term because they're all pretty, at least 3 more years if I'm not mistaken. So that's a while still. I want to see any Canadian team win a Stanley Cup because it's been so long. I was rooting for the Canucks when they were played in the Bruins of the final. Yeah, I was a Canucks fan back then. Growing up a Canucks fan. So that was a hard loss for me, though. Here we go. Ehlers steals the puck at the blue line, breaks in. Ehlers wraps around the net. Ooh. Nice pass to Forbert. Holds it. Oh, that was good. That was a really good opportunity there. Forbert held that, dragged it right around the dive there. I don't know which player that was. Archibald. He drove it toe dragged it right past Archibald and let that fly. I think it was blocked right in front of the net, though. Thoughts on the last game, Brady Jacob? Yeah, I wasn't able to upload my last game because I had a bunch of files got corrupted with my render and I didn't have time to do a new one. But I really liked that game. 750 career win for Paul Maurice with a very good stat there. Congrats to him. They played very well, in my opinion, last game. And I just was happy overall with the performance that they gave. I thought they played really well. I listened to the radio for the first game, so I didn't get to watch it, but they still played a very good game, and I was just happy that they were able to win. And the OT was very entertaining, but leave it to the Jets to choke a 3-1 lead going into the first. 93, that's correct, yeah. Slippery noodle, that is the correct. 93 was the last year Canadian team won the Cup. Montreal Canadiens, Patrick Waugh, and all those guys. Very good team. Yeah, it has been a slow shooting contest, man. 3 apiece. Yep, see, Nathan Bellew has the same amount of points as Logan Stanley does, and Logan Stanley is a +7, so that says a lot about Nathan Bellew. And Logan Stanley, I believe, has played like maybe how many? I'm gonna check right now. I think Logan Stanley has played, if I'm guessing, 15 games, or I'd say 12 maybe. Logan Stanley has played 17 games with 1 point, and he's a +7. So I still think that's much better than Nathan Bellew when you take that into consideration. Oh, both you guys retracted your messages. Didn't even get a chance to read. All right, well, Nathan Bellew is a -7. Nathan Bellew was a -5 in one game. A -5 in one game. Yeah, I believe it was a -5 in one game. That says a lot about Nathan Bellew. It says a lot why I don't like Nathan Bellew, and I don't think he should ever play in this roster again. Especially when you got Villianola playing as good as he is on the Moose, and you have the potential of a trade. There's no way Bellew should stay in that lineup whatsoever. There's no way that Logan Stanley should come out when Bellew is healthy, in my opinion. I think that Paul Maurice is going to have to give away the job, because at least, I don't know, especially if he gets more points in that span than what Bellew did in his span playing. Yeah. That's very true. Commentators are commenting, ironically, I'm part of the pun on that one, the fact that both teams are playing defensively and they're not forcing chances and they're not pushing the tempo, and that's very true. Would Nathan Bellew be good in the AHL? Probably. Nathan Bellew is a trashy 6th, 7th defenseman. Oh, good play there by Logan Stanley with a dive. That saved a goal. That was an NHL 21-like dive, last minute second. Yes, Jared, it is points when you're on the ice. Points when you get plus points if you are on the ice for goals, negative points if you're on for plus points if you're on for goals for, negative points for goals against. It's a very, hit or miss stat, because you can be a forward and, rushing up to the neutral zone, your defender turns over the puck and it has nothing to do with you, but you still take a minus hit. So it isn't like the most amazing thing ever. Brady, I didn't even read that. That's hilarious. Yeah, so that's basically it. Goals plus for goals for, negative for goals against. It's not the greatest stat, but it still kind of gives you an idea of their defensive play. Very brief idea. Yeah, no problem there, Jared. Can't believe it's 3 shots apiece. It just feels like there have been way more shots than that. I guess they've all missed the net or been blocked. All right, here comes Pullman on Archibald, and Archibald bodies him out and takes the puck. And then Pierre Dubois gets rid of it. Pierre-Luc Dubois. All right, here we go, boys. Come on, push that tempo. Oh, fucking quick shot by Ehlers. He almost got that in. If that was a little bit lower, that might have squeaked through the pads. It's a high chance, but it might have. You never know. You never know. Very good so far. PLD has kind of been disappointing. Yeah, he has. I don't think I think it's just still a slow start. I really think he's still much better than what he's shown. I think that the quarantine and the injury really did take an effect on his conditioning. He's getting better, obviously, but he still needs time. I think we're not going to be able to get a really good idea of what he looks like until the playoffs. Or a little bit before that. I think he still needs about maybe 15 more games to fully start to really settle into his NHL game. I know that sounds a little weird, but this COVID stuff has really affected people's schedules, and having to be traded, 2-week quarantine, no workout other than a bike, and then an injury on top of that. I just feel like that's really a lot of negatives working against him. So even in that, he's still been decent. So who's the curious? What is the biggest minus stat you have seen on a player? That's a good question. I've seen a -30, I think, on a guy. I don't know who, but I feel like I have. That's why it's a risk. Well, it's only a risk if you can. Depending on how the quarantine's working now, because now it's been rumored that there's potentially, with the government and with the quarantine, that if a player is vaccinated, they don't have to quarantine. So if that's the case, then teams in America might start buying vaccines and vaccinate players that are potentially in the trade market that they can move, because depending on whether or not the owner could do that. I was reading something about that on a hockey website, that they could do that. So there are a lot of different options going into the deadline. Also, the teams could make a trade right now and then have them go through conditioning and try to make it through that way, but it really depends. See, if you're asking me, the Jets should just like rent out a house somewhere with a big backyard and make an ice rink in there and have the guy just live there for 12 weeks in a quarantine. If he has to 2-week quarantine with ice in his backyard, and Paul Maurice and the coaching staff can give him drills. He can do drills and just stay as fresh as he can skating. And I think that would be better than having a guy just sit on a bike. But you never know. He's been a bit better than Laine, to be honest. Yeah, but Laine and Columbus have just been absolutely horrible. So you can't really, blame him there. Columbus as a team has just been bad. Who would have thought that Jack Roslovic would have been the best player coming out of a Laine, Pierre Luc Dubois trade? I don't think anyone saw that coming, including myself. I knew that Roslovic had potential, but who knew, right? But happy to see the kid succeeding. He deserves that. And especially to do it in his hometown. Can't go wrong with that, right? So, they should totally do. Yeah, they should totally do that with an ice rink. Like it's Winnipeg. I know you could do that. Did you hear the ESPN TV deal? 17-year. Yeah, I saw that. That's gonna be pretty awesome for growing the sport in America and hopefully helping some of the teams get bigger fan bases and followings. Because hockey is the greatest sport on the planet, and people should be watching it a lot more. There's a lot of good talent in the American teams that some fan bases just don't know about. So hopefully it'll shed more eyes on the league, and more people will love the game, and the hockey game will grow in certain places. But yeah, I think the exact same thing, Yako. I think it's a great idea. Why not rent a place and not give him a little apartment and rent a place that he could live and have an ice rink in it. Make it just some type of sheet of ice that he could skate in, and I think that would be better for conditioning. I believe in Paul Maurice. I believe in Paul Maurice too this season, but nonetheless, I still don't like all of his options. People, I don't know. I don't have to agree with everything Paul Maurice does, but I don't know. Today I got a comment from a guy on that Moose video I uploaded. It just pissed me off because I'm talking about how I don't think it's fair for guys to sit in the press box when they're young. Either let them play in the league, give them opportunity to play with the club, or let them play in the Moose. Don't let them not play hockey at all. Duck yourself, buddy. Okay, thanks for that one. At least if you're going to try to insult somebody, at least say the real thing and make sure your autocorrect's off. Instead of making yourself look like that, man. Oh, nice pass by Pionk to Scheifele. Not able to really load up any type of opportunity there, but still a really nice feed there. Ah, crap. Oh, my God. What? What? How was that a call? How was that a call, man? That didn't look like a trip to me. That looked like he let go of his stick way before McDavid dragged that and fell. And McDavid maintained puck possession. Interference? Oh my God, how was that an interference penalty? His stick got caught in between his legs. That was dumb. That's a dumb penalty. That's a dumb penalty by the ref to call that. He didn't trip him. He didn't bring him down. The stick was caught. Exactly. You can't go near McDavid without drawing a penalty. That's just, that's just bull, man. That's seriously. I like that Stanley's more physical too. He's been really good the last few games, Jacko. He's been good, man. Is that really the best you can come up with, nerd? Dude, come on. Thank you, Yako. If you're gonna insult me, at least be creative, dude. I've heard it all, but nerd? That's lame. Hell, being a nerd is more mainstream than being a fucking asshole bully than what are you stuck in the 80s, man? Come on, that's the best you can call? Alright, whatever, though. I just expect you next time be more creative if you're gonna try that, dude. Maybe then I won't even get the mod to ban you. I'll enjoy you being more creative. Let's see your wordplay. Alright, let's back to this. The Oilers' power play should be way better than what it is. It's just McDavid and Draisaitl skating like crazy and then drop passing it to the blue line. They might be able to get a couple good shot opportunities, but it's just the same thing over and over again. Drop back to the blue line. McDavid and Draisaitl reset near the blue line, right above the circle, and then they just either shoot it, try to get a deflection, or drop it back again. That's very, very basic. That wasn't even a good look by McDavid. He had a lane a lane open, but it like I don't know. I didn't like that opportunity there by McDavid. If the Oilers' power play should be better than it is. I know that the Oilers' power play, if this team's stats, I can't even see it now, but I know the Oilers have a decent playoff. I think power play, but still, like they could be better than they could be one of the top power plays in the league with the personnel they have if they were way more creative. Maybe that's just the one power play I saw there, but that was really weird. I felt like, oh, that's a penalty. How is that not a penalty? Oh my god. That was interference. That was more interference than the Forbert call. Man. Come on. Alright, where's the puck? There it is. Like, the Jets all of a sudden, after that power play, they became very, 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 like, slow. Their tempo has died down a lot, and the defense isn't that polished. Like, there've been... Yeah, talk about it. Neil Pionk has been fantastic. Wow. 23 points for Tyson Barrie's leading the NHL with defensive points. Pionk has got Edmonton Oilers power play is more creative. Has an NHL All-Star game ever been in Canada? Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It's been in Vancouver, I believe, in the 90s or early 2000s. It's been at Toronto. I can't name all the places, but I know it's been in Canada. Ooh, nice glove save by Koskinen. Your mom loves Pionk. I love Pionk, man. Pionk is such a good player. I just love that trade more and more every game, in my opinion. Neil Pionk is just much better than Jacob Trouba, in my opinion, and Neil Pionk is more fun than Jacob Trouba to watch. He's, in my opinion, he's just much better. He gets way more points, and that's something the Jets need from their blue line. They need more active defenders that are willing to shoot. They've never really had that, other than Bufflin, obviously, and Morrissey time. Scheif is hurt. Is he? I didn't see anything or hear anything. Did I miss that? I guess I missed that. I don't... Oh, shit. Hopefully he'll be okay. Oh, no, he's on the ice right now. She's on the ice. Oh. I see it now. Yeah, it's I just saw it, guys. He didn't get rocked. He blocked the Sportsnet broadcast is showing it. He just blocked a shot. I'm pretty sure he's okay. Out. Let me see it. Here we go. Here. Ooh. Guys, I have a feeling it's just a stinger. Yeah, it's probably just... I don't think it's a serious injury. I don't think he broke his foot. I don't think it's a serious injury. There's no reason to be panicking right now, obviously. He can't... It looks really bad, obviously, but... I don't know. I want to hear... I'm not going to speculate anything until that, because I've seen guys block shots and it come back in the next period, right? So we just got to stay hopeful. If he doesn't start the next, put Panola on the first line, that'd be interesting. But look, there's no reason to panic just yet. Most likely, it is just because it was inside the foot, and inside the foot, inside the leg, it always hurts more than on like outside. Trust me, I know that. I play defense, I block shots, and it always hurts more when you get on the inside leg, inside foot, than it does on the outside. That's just my opinion of it, at least. Nonetheless, I think that's not a horrible looking... It didn't look horrible. It just looked like it hit him right on the foot, right? So I think that until we hear otherwise, there's no reason to really panic, because it just looked like a really painful shot block. Exactly. I think he's going to be okay. I looked like a really bad stinger. Trains Scheifele blocked a shot off of his inside foot right at the end of that first period, and he could not put any pressure of it leading the ice. Just did not look... Looked in a lot of pain. But I think it's just a really bad stinger from a block shot. Hopefully. I think. Like, if he had broken his foot, he would have reacted immediately. Like, he would have collapsed if he had broken his foot. Like, really badly, you know? Dude, no, I thought it was horribly boring, Zach. I thought it was, like, a really boring period. And then you get that stupid block shot by Scheifele there. I think he's going to be okay. I'm not going to panic just yet. I don't like to panic and try to freak myself out about this. I think that it's just a really bad... It's hurting a lot, and I know why. I blocked a shot with my foot, too. It hurts. So I think he'll be okay. Worst case scenario, he's out a week, maybe 2, you know, and that's worst case scenario. So I heard someone was saying he got rocked, like it was a hit. I thought he got hit really badly and then did something. Like, that was just a block shot. I think it's just a really bad stinger. I'm going to check Twitter right now and see if Jets PR is saying anything. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to pull up the chat. All right. Oh shit. This is from Dave Munich, saying that he's in the locker. He's now in the room, and he's not able to put any weight on his foot. He's not putting any weight on his right skate. Yeah. Okay. He's still not able to put anything on his foot by the looks of it. Oh, crap. Alright, well, let's hope for the best. Dubois will save us? Let's hope so, Jared. Stanley fighting? Yeah, I would love to see that next period, hopefully. Yeah, 2 teams coming off back-to-back. Yeah, exactly, Matt. It's going to be a slow, grinding game. I don't know. I think the Jets are playing them exactly like how they should. Yeah, I agree with that in the Mysterious Novelty. I think the Jets are... Both Oilers and them are playing a slow, grinding out game. I hope he's okay, too, Al. I think he will be okay. It's scary, but you got to think positive, right? So far, my Twitter isn't saying anything. Obviously, they're talking right now on Sportsnet about potentially what could happen with the injury, so I'm going to listen to that, but I still don't see anything on the Twitter feed, so hopefully things are going to be okay. Scheif would never skate again. Oh, man. Oh, the Jets are... Been traveling off of second back-to-back games, the Jets are 1-0. They're the only team to be 1-0 in the end of the Canadian division. Yeah, Sleepy Game is right. We have the new big buff, Phillip and Logan Stanley. Trust me, give him time. He's going to grow into that. Maybe not as offensively, minded, but he's going to be a good physical, hard-hitting big defenseman for us. I really do see it. He's been good, man. +7 assists already, 17 games played as a rookie. I liked his defense so far. But I would love Big Buff back, though. He's just never going to come back. Does this mean Perreault moves up? No. In my best guess, this means Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to play with Blake Wheeler and probably Kyle Connor. Ehlers will play with Stastny and Scheifele. Drop back to center. If Scheifele doesn't play in the second, that's what's going to happen. I bet any amount of money. Stanley and McDavid fight. That'd be good. I'd like to watch that. All right. All right, here we go. They're not even talking about the frickin' not even gonna talk about the Jets, I see. All right, I'm looking on the Twitter again, guys. On the Twitter. I'm like an old man talking about it. I still don't see anything. Hopefully he's okay. Oh, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Have you not seen how big that guy is? Pierre-Luc Dubois can fight, I bet, man. He's a big dude. He's a good physical hockey player. I bet he would kick ass, man. Ehlers, McDavid, I'd still take Ehlers because I don't think like McDavid has ever really been in a real fight. At least Ehlers has fought people, won and lost, of all types of people. Ehlers probably going to move up and cop on the second line. Maybe. We'll see with that, Matt. That sounds like a possibility, too. I think Kopp would move up more than Perreault would because Kopp's already played a lot with that top six, so we're going to have to wait and see. He fought Sidney Crosby. Are you surprised Sportsnet doesn't talk about the Jets? No. I actually am going to look on sports on my webs to see if I can get the TSN feed actually because honestly I hate Sportsnet and I don't enjoy watching games unless they're Canuck games because they got good commentators for the Canuck games locally. So okay, let me see if I can get this. Oh, what a rob on Fogle by Copasalo. Whew. Okay, this might be the good feed or not. I can't tell. And I'm not surprised, Philip. They don't ever talk about the Jets. They're not a really good place to watch. I'm amazed at how tall Pierre-Luc Dubois is. Yeah, he really is a big guy. He's huge. Yeah, they did. That was back then. I think that ESPN's going to be good, though, for hockey. I just don't want to see like Stephen A. and all these like Max Kellerman. I don't want to see those guys talking about hockey. They don't give a flying fuck about hockey. They've trash-talked it on all their shows about how no one cares about it, how it's the least popular sport. Like, if they're going to try to, like, now be all like, oh, we love hockey because we're being paid to say it, like, that's so fake. I hope that it's not like that. I hope they bring in real hockey analysts and they have their own crew. I don't want to see popular ESPN faces covering it. I think that would suck. Yeah, I want to see, oh yeah, I got the Jets feed. Yeah, I got the Jets feed on TSN. I don't know how much delayed it's going to be, if it's a good feed or not, but I got the game. I didn't pay, I don't have it, like, so, you know, I got it somehow, but better that TSN's still better than Sportsnet. Max is worse than Steve. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I want to know your thoughts on that. On what the Jets need to do to score in the second period. Do you think they should try to switch it up and be more offensively driven, or do you think they should keep up this defensive mindset game and create the offensive opportunities as they unravel, or kind of force them and rush the tempo and be high speed? I think that going head-to-head against the Oilers is a dangerous game doing that, so I would like to see them play this kind of slow game all game. I think that this is a good strategy to win this game. Stephen A. is funny. Don't get me wrong, I love Stephen A. I just don't want to see Stephen A. talking about something that he has no idea what he's talking about. And it takes a long time to learn hockey and watch hockey and understand that you can't just have a guy watch, the Rangers play frickin' Boston and then expect him to know everything, right? Like that's what they're gonna be like. Like, I want to see actual ESPN analysts come in and talk. Defense is the best offense, especially in a back-to-back game like this, Brady. I agree. Exactly, he knows basketball. I just don't want to. That's what I'm just worried about the commentators talking about sports they don't know about, because ESPN's notorious for that. NBC has been horrible at that too, putting baseball commentators as hockey guys for some cities. It's like horrible energy. Like, I wonder nobody watched it. Stephen A. needs to understand hockey, and he'll be a fun personality every once in a while, but not consistently like that. Defense wins championships 100%. I want the Jets to continue playing a slow, drawn-out game like this as well. I think it'll be better for the Jets moving forward. Obviously, guys, also with 16 beautiful people in here watching, we're going to have Zach Nolan, who's been in here on the Nolan Hockey Podcast. He's going to be coming on and being our guest during the second and third intermission again, as he has been the last few streams. So stay tuned for that. Once he joins, I won't be reading chat as much, so just type in any type of questions you have about the NHL, and me and Zach will answer them for you before we end off the show, and we go back towards watching the games. So that's what we'll be doing when he's here. So it's gonna be a fun stream. Oh, I love these commercials. Driving high. Guy throws a joint out the window. Are you okay, son? Woo. How can you be that, like... Oh, I hate these commercials. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully, there at least should be a goal. Let's hope for that, you know? A for or against, there should at least be a goal. Hey, thank you, Mysterious Novelty, for dropping a subscription, man. I hope Paul Stastny eats Doritos. I think Hinolas gets a lineup more regularly next season. Obviously, yeah, he will. I'd like us to score too, but who knows what's going to happen. I'm going to go back on Twitter and check the Jets feed and see if there's any updates about Scheifele. All right, I still don't see anything about Patrick Laine. Excuse me, Mark Scheifele. I think it was just a really bad block shot. There's no reports of him not coming back from the Jets PR, from anything. No media is talking about him. I think it was just a really bad block shot. He might take a skate and then see, and then we'll be able to get an idea if he's going to continue to play. But as it stands right now, I would expect him to come back. I don't see Lewis beating Cassian. Yeah, no way. Lewis isn't as big of a fighter as Cassian is. Cassian would probably drop him. Brossoit for the Vezina, what are your thoughts? Nah, well, Brossoit's been good, but Hellebuck for the Vezina all the way, man. So hell with it. Both Jets goaltenders nominated for the Vezina. Do it. If you guys haven't already dropped a like, if we can get to 20 likes before the start of the second period, that would be awesome. We would already hit our like goal for the end of the second period. So if you could help me get there, guys, 17 likes right now. If we could get that like goal up to 20, that would be insane. Thank you guys so much if you're able to do that. It's showing all the support to the channel as always. Really do appreciate that. Hopefully Scheif is good. Winnipeg Jets 20. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. It just looked like a really painful block shot. Not saying it wasn't. I've taken shots in that area too, and the inside legs, it always hurts a lot. I think it's just a really bad block shot. So I'm hoping that it'll be okay. Still no news from anyone about whether or not he'll be able to come back. Only thing I saw is he wasn't able to put weight on it in the room, so I think he takes a skate, sees how it is then. So we'll probably know in about a couple minutes whether or not he's going to play or not. I hope you hit 10K, you get that 100K Frying Paul Postman chapter. Yep, I will get that, man, and I will 100% do that. And that sounds funny. Let's go, Flames. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, dude. Let's go Jets because we're playing your rivals in Alberta, man. Come on. Oh, fuck. Stream lagged. Alright, there we go. What would it cost to get Savard from Columbus? Depends, Philip, what the best offers are that they're receiving. If the Jets are making an offer, I'm guessing that they're most likely going to have to include first Sami Nikiu and potentially maybe Matthew Perreault. But that's a lot. It also depends on what they're looking for in values and players, picks, if they're looking to shake up the roster, if they're looking to rebuild, if they're looking to reload. I think realistically a first and Sami Nikiu is involved in either one of the defensive trades for a guy, but that's just my opinion. I think if so, yeah, that's kind of where I would start basing it off of. I wouldn't give away. I would maybe upgrade and maybe throw in like a Jonah Luotu or a David Gustafsson type guy. Do you still like Patrick Laine, Charles, I should say. I do. Patrick Laine, I still got his pennant up there when he was a Jet, and I have his jersey hanging in my closet. I still love the big guy. Even though he's struggling right now in Columbus, I still love that guy. Great player. Great memories with him as a Jet. I'll always be a Patrick Laine fan. Always. Always be a fan. Thoughts on the 9-0 win? That was a crazy game. I didn't watch it. I just kept checking my phone, but I just saw the memes on Twitter, and I had to go check it out. Matthias Ekholm, Winnipeg Jets 20, is the guy I think is more realistic and a better fit than David Savard. Even though David Savard has a good relationship already with with Pierre-Luc Dubois and all that type of stuff, I think Matthias Ekholm, since there have already been rumors about the Jets kicking on him, I think Matthias Ekholm makes sense in Winnipeg, so that's just my opinion there. I think it would be a better trade than Dennis Savard. Also, Matthias Ekholm is signed for next season, so it's not just a rental. You get him for another year and another window opportunity as well for the core. And if you bring in Heinola next year and you have Ekholm, that's a really good top four. So I think that they should go for trading for Ekholm because he's got that year on his contract. Will Patty sign in Columbus? I don't know if he will or not. It's kind of all up in the air, but we're going to have to wait and see. No Scheifele? Mark Scheifele is on the ice. Mark Scheifele is on the ice. He's on the ice. Mark Scheifele is on the ice. It's all over Twitter. Scheifele's on the ice. Scheifele is on the ice. Scheifele is on the ice. It's confirmed. It's all over Twitter right now. He's okay. I told you, just a really painful block shot. Last Oilers game was a fluke. Yeah. He's not on the bench. He's on the... Yeah, I already read that stuff. Scheifele is back. Exactly, yeah. No, I think Trotz is going to line up a sign. I think Tortorella isn't going to be there for past this season, honestly. Can you imagine if we signed Patrick Laine? We won't, because that's why we didn't keep him. We didn't sign Patrick Laine because we didn't want to pay him $9 million. If we did, we would have signed him out of before a bridge deal. Yeah, it was just a really bad block shot. He's okay. There he is. They're showing Mark Scheifele. Big relief. I will agree. Mysterious novelty. I think he would. I think Laine would sign if Tortorella wasn't there. I think if Tortorella wasn't there and the team was being bad, but he'd still be succeeding a little bit more, I would say. My God. I have horrible feed right now for this game. I gotta find a new one. Keeps cutting in and out. Ooh, you know what? Marky away. There we go. And I don't have a game feed. It's crashing constantly. Oh, Fox Streams has one, maybe? I was already on this one. Okay, here we go. Fuck, they're all delayed. There we go. I got one. We're back, boys. We're back. Let me pull up everything. Where would Laine be a perfect fit? Laine has the potential to be a 200-foot player, though. Trade Helly for McDavid? Nah. McDavid's good, but the Jets would crumble without McDavid. I mean, Hellebuck, are you kidding me? Goaltending is more important than having the best unoffensive player, in my opinion, especially in this situation with the Jets defense. I got the hookup on the game feeds. I got my game feed back. Now, my other one was just really being lad. Yeah, that would be interesting. Another Teemu Selanne type situation. I always thought that would have been really funny if that's how it happened, but it didn't, thank God. But it's all right, I guess. You know, it all ends well in the end. All right. I think that Anaheim would be an interesting fit. I think, honestly, excuse me, I'm having a little bit of a blank there. I was going to say Montreal would be a good fit for him as well, I think. They have a lot of good centers, so I think Montreal would be good too. But, yeah. What's your favorite junior hockey league? WHL. WHL is my favorite junior league. I grew up watching the Giants, and, yeah, I love the WHL. BCHL is pretty fun too. Hurricanes would be another good fit, Yako. They were rumored right at the start, so that'd be another good fit as well. I agree with that, man. All right, what is your favorite line? My favorite line on the Jets is definitely Pierre-Luc Dubois, Nikolai Ehlers, and Kyle Connor. I think that's one of the Jets' most dynamic lines right now. Stan the Man versus Chason. Stan the Man would win. The Sharks, I don't know. The Sharks are in a tank, are in a regression though. Mysterious Novelty. They're like, I don't know. I don't think the Sharks would be that good of a fit. Maybe the Sharks a few years ago would be a better fit, but I don't think so anymore. Damn, most points from the 2014 draft. Draisaitl with 471, Pasternak with 403, Point with 209, and Ehlers with 288. Right up there with some of the best players in the NHL, and he never gets talked about. No, that would be horrible. I don't want them to have Ralph Krueger. Ralph Krueger is not a good coach. He's just proven that with how he was managing their lineup with Boston. I mean, Buffalo. So, no. I'd rather have Paul Maurice and his dumb veterans than have Ralph Krueger putting Blake Wheeler on the fourth line if he struggles or guys like that. Like, I hate when that happens, so no. Come on, boys. Again, it's very slow. Even, like... Oh. I thought that was a penalty they were going to call there on Andrew Kopp. Mason Appleton corrals the puck, throws it up. Oh, Adam Lowry on a spree. Oh, Adam Lowry bobbled the puck there. That was close. Yeah, but Paul Maurice has been with the club for so long. I don't think it's worth firing Paul Maurice. Even though I don't like Paul Maurice that much, I don't think it's a thing that the Jets should look at doing unless they're very bad. Oh, Lois. Fuck. Lewis just wasn't able to corral that puck last minute. He lost it. If Lewis had that, that could have been in. Lowry, too, if he doesn't loon that as well. I'm trying to get banned from the channel again. Dude, I wish Lewis could have fucking put that in there, man. Oh, that was close. The fourth line has been good, but it could have been better if you didn't have Nate Thompson slowing them down, in my opinion. I think it'd be better if you had David Gustafsson playing that fourth line spot as the center there. Oh, that was close. Scheifele hammered. Oh, that's Perreault. Oh, that fourth line with another good opportunity, jamming it in. Good opportunity there. Matthew Perreault again. Even at an old age, fourth line, limited minutes, being a scary threat. Can't beat that at that, you know. At least he's trying to show he's not his contract isn't as horrible as some people think it is. I don't like it either, but at least he's playing decent, you know. Like, he's not worth $4 million, but at least he's not horrible. So that's a positive. Why would you want to trade Gustafsson? Because Gustafsson has value, and Maurice doesn't really see that value, I don't think. Because Gustafsson has been very done dirty by the Jets, and I will show you what I'm talking about. And I had a guy say, how could you say Gustafsson was done dirty in my video today, saying that you don't rush players? You don't rush players, but you don't sit players in the press box and never let them play. Look at David Gustafsson's stats real quick before we get back to this, okay? There's nothing going on in the game, don't worry. David Gustafsson's stats he's barely played with the NHL, even though he spent more games in the NHL in a press box than he has on the ice, and he's only spent 20 games with the Moose in 2 seasons. That's it. The guy never plays because he's been called up too many times with the Jets and he doesn't play. This kid should be, and he's shown how good he could be. There we go. Edmonton scored. God damn it. I was right though, Zach. I told you Edmonton would be getting the goal. Connor McDavid. Damn it. But yeah, like, look at that, guys. He doesn't play. That's being done dirty. He needs to play more to be developed. And that's why I think he might get traded, because he's got a lot of potential, but he's not used at all. So I think that's why he would be traded. And be good trade bait, because clearly the Jets and the Moose, they're not using him. He's got 5 points in 5 games for the Moose so far. And that's his best, he's been very good, but who knows if it continues and all that other stuff. But I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be he's not going to succeed. I think he's going to be one of those guys that gets left behind out of the Jets. I really do. Like Jansen Harkins, in my opinion, gets more usage and has been used more than what Gustafsson is, and I think Gustafsson's a better player than Harkins at some points, especially at the center position at the NHL level. That's just my opinion, though. He just beat Brossoit. Brady, get out of here with that, man. And that only happens in, like, if you turn the trade difficulty to the lowest, or trade rejection off in NHL 20. Gustafsson for Lucic? No way. Yeah, you'd like that. Gustafson's going to be a good player in his career, I feel like. If he just gets out a proper look. You know? I think he's much better developed now than what he was. Yeah, I know. It was a bad play there by them, but hopefully the Jets can bounce back and get one. Oh. Thoughts on the goal, Winnie? Can't leave McDavid that open. And other than that, it was Brossoit almost got it. It was just underneath the blocker, so not the worst. Well, exactly, Mysterious. Appleton does what Harkins does way better. Appleton plays better than Kopp, in my opinion. Appleton is such an untapped potential. Neil Pionk for $20 million? Yeah, give me Neil Pionk give me Neil Pionk 4-year, $5 million contract. I'll take that. That's expensive for Neil Pionk, but it's still cheaper than Josh Morrissey, so I would take that. Yeah. It was just a bad luck play, you know. He almost gets the save on it, just beats his blocker right underneath it between his blocker and his pad, and it bounces over Morrissey's stick, like you said. So yeah, just bad luck goal there. Nothing really horrible. Like I said, it's a slow game, so what can you do? Neil Pionk did a really good play there on the Nuge, though. I just realized I don't have my viewer count up. That's what I was missing. All right. Hey, thank you guys for 21 likes. I didn't even notice that. Thank you guys so much. Come on, Dubois. Oh, the Jets are on a power play. Nice. And they started the second power play again. Jets are doing good, but I don't lose hope, man. I thought that was a bad luck goal anyway. Oh, good shot by Dubois. And the Jets clear. Edmonton clears it. That's what my mysterious novelty. Then you should turn on notifications then, because I have a video coming out on Saturday about him, Mason Appleton, and what I think his future with the organization will be like. So if you haven't already, turn on notifications. That'll be coming out on Saturday morning. Oh, come on, Pierre-Luc Dubois, get there. There we go. Come on, PLD. We always get that one dislike from some other fan coming in or something like that, Yako. Dislikes don't mean anything. Neither do likes. They're just something for, likes do mean more, I think, than dislikes, but I don't really know. People just dislike, whatever. Look, you can look at the happiest video of the world and, even brings tears to, anyone, and then someone's going to dislike it. Call it fake. People are just weird in the world, right? You never know. Who cares? Can't let that stuff bring you down. Or care about it. I remember when I was younger and I used to upload video, I would get so upset if someone disliked. I would, want to delete the video when I was a little kid. When I was, making my Minecraft videos when I was, 11. The good times. Even though this was the definition of cringe, but what can you do? Got it. Look, you see what I'm talking about? The first power play unit, which thank God is the second power play unit now, sucks at the zone entry. I have not seen something more pathetic. Exactly, you can't. If you let people that are just negative like that, run your life, you'll never be happy. But the second power play, like what I was saying, the second freaking power play unit is now which was the first. They're so bad at puck movement. When they can set up, they're decent, but they can't enter the zone for their life. Connor just fanned on that shot. Oh my God, he got the Nuge one-on-one. Oh, great save there by Laurent Brossoit. A good save there. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on. Oh, God, McDavid's loose. Oh, thank God, he's in the corner. Backed it away. And just like that, the Oilers are on a power play, it feels like, with how well they can move the puck. They're chasing the Jets' first-line power play unit right now. Holy crap. Scheifele is almost invisible defensively. And that says a lot when he's been better defensively this year than he was last year. Oh, my God. What a trash player defensively. I wish Scheifele would develop his two-way game more, because he'd be one of the best centers in the league. He already is offensively with his mindset and how he can shoot the puck and just pass it and whatnot. But can you imagine if Scheifele developed a two-way game? How amazing he would be. I wish he would just develop it and play better defense, man. He would be such a valuable asset too if he did. How well was Brossoit playing? In my opinion, Brossoit has played pretty well. Looking at the shots for. Winnipeg is out shooting the Edmonton, but there have been, in my opinion, a lot more of the dangerous shots have come from Edmonton, so Brossoit's been playing well, even though he let that goal in, but like I said, it just squeaked in between his blocker and his pad. Bad luck goal after it bounced over Morrissey's stick. You can't really do much on that, Glenn, so It's what happens sometimes when you let McDavid shoot openly like that. You can't do anything. Sometimes he just goes in. You know, he's that good. What can you do? Laurent Brossoit is slightly better than a backup. Yeah. He's the best backup in the league, in my opinion. I think he is. I think Laurent Brossoit is the best backup goaltender in the NHL. Minus, obviously, unless you have like a situation like where you have two starting goaltenders as your goaltending tandem. I'm talking about strictly the backup role, a guy who isn't meant to start more than 15, 18 games, like roughly around then. Like unless you're like the Robin Lehner's and the Marc-Andre Fleury, like those two guys are legit starters, right? So that's a different situation. I'm talking about strictly a backup goaltender. I think he's the best backup goaltender, like in that sense of it. I went to the Blackhawks versus Av 1 year ago and seen 2 shorthanded goals from Matt Duchene in one game. That's pretty sick, man. I don't think I've ever seen a shorty in real life, actually. Like a real life shorthanded goal. I've seen overtime finally, which was awesome. I think, yeah. Do you like PLD or Patrick Laine better? I like Patrick Laine better because I've known Patrick Laine longer and I have all my, the great memories of Patrick Laine when he was here. But I like the team with Pierre-Luc Dubois. I like the makeup. So I don't think they re-signed Laurent Brossoit. I think Laurent Brossoit is going to get a starting job offer this year. I think some team's going to take a chance on him. I think that next year Mikhail Burden is our backup. Promotion from the Moose. But yeah, I like Pierre-Luc Dubois a lot, and I like Patrick Laine a lot. But I like the makeup with Pierre-Luc Dubois of this team for the future. But I'm going to miss Patrick Laine and his goals. But I think it's going to work out okay for the Jets. I'm just going to miss one of my favorite players. But it's just how the league works. Anyone can be traded. If Gretzky got traded, Laine can be traded. It's a sad reality sometimes with sports, but what can you do, right? Did they re-up Larry? Answer that. The Sabres are so bad. Yeah, they are one of the worst teams I've seen on paper in a long time. Actually, not even on paper. They're pretty good on paper. They're just horrible on the ice. They have no effort in their game. Oh, here comes Appleton and Kopp and Lowry. Stanley jumping on the rush. Drop it to Stanley. He's got a bomb. Oh, Stanley's shot is so hard. I love watching him shoot the puck. Such a talented player. The Kraken could. It depends on the type of goaltending that they have, options they have available. But if I'm the Kraken and there's not a really good way for me to get a decent goaltender, I'm taking the risk for my first year with Laurent Brossoit as a starter. If you're bad, you're bad. You're an expansion team, right? Like, not every expansion team is Vegas, and Vegas is a one-of-a-kind situation in the sports world in general. So, it's good to experiment. I think that's a really good option as well, Mysterious Novelty. I think that's a really good possibility that could happen. Underrated team is the New York Islanders. The New York Islanders have been underrated basically since Trotz got there, in my opinion. Ever since Tavares left, they've been underrated, I feel like. They've got a lot of good talent. Andres Lee's obviously getting injured, but he's a very good player. They got a lot of good talent offensively. Barzell's great. They're a good team. Yeah, they're built well coached. Honestly, Owen, it could happen. Laine could make his way back here. He has friends here, but it just depends on the money, I think. Who knows what happens? It's a wait-and-see situation. We're going to have to... I don't know. I wouldn't say that that's an impossible option either. Yeah, I love Stanley too. Stanley's been really good. What do you think of the Oilers? I think the Oilers are a very good team. I think they're just still not a cup contender yet. Even though they're being good, I still think there are too many holes in their team. But they've got, obviously, when you got McDavid and Draisaitl, you got a great team. And Tyson Barrie's been a great signing. Koskinen isn't as horrible of a goaltender as I thought he was going to be after that Chiarelli contract before he got fired. I like the Oilers' makeup. I think they're a second-round team, like best version of the Oilers. But I still think they need to work on their defense a little bit more, and I still think they need more depth scoring from their bottom lines, in my opinion. But I like the Oilers' makeup, obviously. When you have McDavid and Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Tyson Barrie, you got a good group of players coming, and they got interesting prospects as well. Puck bobbled out there, though. Jets have to reset. Oilers on the rush now. Exactly, Owen. If the Oilers have a little bit more depth, I think that they'd be a much better team. But I think that's the Oilers. They don't suck. There's not really a horrible team in Canada minus the Sens, and even the Sens have a decent on paper record. Oh my God, Puljujarvi, you dick! He caught the Mello with his skate almost in his face, trying to cross over him. Jets to shine Puljujarvi, maybe. If he's available, but then it depends how much money he wants. He's having a good year. I think he stays in Edmonton. I think he's an underrated asset in the league, and I think Edmonton's going to use him much better. I think the Kraken are nuts if they don't go after Stanley. Stanley's not going to be made available, man. Stanley is not going to be made available. I'm going to be having an expansion video coming out later. Defense needed as well. Yeah, that's true. They really do need defense to be a little bit better of a defensive team. Yeah, they haven't been very good in front of him tonight. I agree with that. Yeah, Laurent Brossoit has been good too. The fourth line has been good, and Brossoit has been very good as well. Honestly, I like this Jets game. Prospect video. I just made one. I just made a Moose video update. What more do you want from me? Nah, I'm just joking. I can make another prospect video. I was thinking about doing a more in-depth talk about Declan Chisholm of the Manitoba Moose. He's a very underrated asset the Jets have, and he's going to be an interesting piece of this team's core moving forward. I just hope to hell that they don't trade him. Like, he's really I think he's really good. Oh, ranking. Thank you for that, Jay Miller. I appreciate that. I actually do. I am working on a prospect ranking video for Yako. It just takes time for me to really assemble a list I'm confident with. It keeps changing. So I'm going to have to really... I'm still settling out the order I want and how I want to structure the video. I'm still working on my rankings and all that. It takes time, that one, to make. With Hanola brought to the taxi squad, do you think he'll play soon? I do think he'll play soon. I think that's why he was brought up. I think that Cheveldayoff is telling Maurice to give him a look because he's got 10 points so far in 16 games with the Moose. Name an underrated captain. Anders Lee. Anders Lee's an underrated captain. Mark Giordano has been an underrated captain in my opinion as well. He's been so consistent with age. He's one of the best defenders the last 10 years basically, I feel like, and he's been very good for a long time, and he's not talked about that much, and even with his age, he doesn't really recess as much, so he's a very good captain. Oh, I know there's no rush, but I know you keep asking about it. I'm trying to get it out. It'll come out. It'll be a good video when it comes. A lot of work's going to go on that one. There are good underrated captains in the league like that. What do you think clinching the North Division? I think the Jets are going to clinch it. I think the Jets are going to come out and beat the Leafs. I'm just saying it because I'm a homer, but I really do believe that too. Make McDavid available for the Kraken. In what fantasy world would that ever happen? I don't think that happens in any reality. This game is so slow. I don't even want to commentate over it, man. Like I'm watching it, but I'm just rather read the chat is more interesting. Like I'd rather answer a question about your guys in chat than talk about how they did this game because it's so boring. The Jets and Oilers are just playing back and forth hockey. A couple chances here, a couple chances there, all generated from the corners of the ice. Nothing really in the middle, and like there's been like a few decent setups, and that's it. What is your second favorite sport after hockey? That's a good question. I would probably say basketball, but then I would also say that football's very close as well, and I like baseball. I don't really know. I don't really have a second favorite. I just have a bunch of other ones that I really like and enjoy watching. I guess I would say football is a very entertaining sport I like to watch. Yeah, 4-bit's been great. Here we go. Kyle Connor. Yeah, I agree with that, Owen Lonely. I think the Jets have a good future defensively. Yeah, I think Villy plays really soon, Jay Miller. Really soon. Oh, the Jets just scored, but that's offside. That's not a goal. That's not a goal. They're going to challenge that for offside. It was a good goal, but it's offside. Matthew Perreault was at least a skate off, his whole skate length out. That's offside. I could tell immediately when he crossed the blue line. Yeah, that's offside. I feel like that's offside. I need to see it in slow motion, but that looks offside. That's a great shot by Nate Thompson. And that's a great play by the fourth line. The fourth line has been really good. Really good deflection goal there by the fourth line. Couldn't do that any better. Really good play there by the fourth line. Well, they didn't challenge it? What? That was offside. Holy crap. How did they not review that for offside? How did that not... Whatever, the Jets have tied at 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves an interesting hockey game on Matthew Perreault's 7th. Coming from 2 assists from the fourth line, being completely involved in that. Lewis Thompson assisting to Perreault. Fourth line has been great tonight. You love to see it. I can't believe that wasn't challenged, man. Oh, McDavid scores the exact same corner again. Fuck. Damn it. Like, the same corner. Lower corner, lower left side of the right side, technically. Lower right side of that net. That's what he just dropped it right in. Dang. Now we're tailing again while we tie it for like 30 seconds, it feels like. Fuck. Oh, Forsberg got caught on the pinch there at the center line. And oh, yeah, the exact same corner. I got to see this front angle shot at goal. Yeah, this angle will be good here. Oh, no, it's not. Not from that side. Have a good... Yeah, you too, Owen. Go Jets, go indeed. Thanks for stopping by, man. He is insane, Jedi. I will give you that, man. You guys, as an Oilers fan, you're lucky to watch that night in and night out. One of the best hockey players I've ever seen in my life. It was a beautiful goal. That's why I'm not angry, because it's like, you know, it's McDavid being McDavid. It just sucks because the Jets finally tie it off of a good play off of the fourth line, too. Do we have a penalty? Ah, face-off. If you guys haven't already dropped a like, we really do appreciate it. If we can get 25 likes before the halfway point of this period, that would be awesome. Actually, we're already past the halfway point nonetheless, so if we can get 25 likes in regardless, that'd be awesome. Pionk made the sliding block there. Pionk had to cover. If you it was all like this weird mesh-up of players at that center line, but I think that Pionk was covering the other side there of Pionk, was cutting back. Because he slid. I think that was him sliding the block, that he just missed it on the slide. But McDavid is a smart player. He knows that's coming, so I feel the same way, just a person. Guys, make sure to not go anywhere, though. Coming up on the intermission, we're going to have Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast as a guest. We're going to be both talking about our thoughts. So when Zach comes on, you guys can just let me know all your questions you want us to answer in the comment section. Me and Zach will answer any questions you guys have. I think this game goes down to the wire. I agree, Mysterious Nalvidly. I agree, my man. This has been a very entertaining game. Thank you guys for 25 likes, by the way, for hitting that like goal. You guys are awesome. Really do appreciate that. I never get to see those commercials because I always have the commercial break in progress pop up from the NHL site, so that sucks. But yeah, I get to listen to them on the radio though. I think this is going to be a very close game. I like the play of the Jets so far, even though they're down 2-1 after just tying it. But you know, it's just McDavid being McDavid, right? I would say that it's hard for Brossoit to do something on that play. It's like he could have maybe covered that more side of the net because he already let it go in the same goal the same way. But I think that was more of the fact that Forsberg got caught at the center line and McDavid just made a good move and broke right in quickly, and that's basically what killed him. But yeah, I think it was more Forsberg's fault than anyone's. But I'm just more surprised still that the Oilers didn't challenge that goal. Here, I need to see this again with Perreault. Oh my god, I think literally his back heel, like a centimeter of his heel was on the blue line. Hat-trick coming for sure, Darren? Probably. You know, honestly, it's McDavid, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I have faith the Jets are going to tie it at least, so we'll see what happens there. Exactly, right? Connor is becoming the official GOAT hockey name, it seems like. If you want to have a son or a daughter, well, I guess a son, you're not going to name your daughter Connor, but if you want to have a son that's a good hockey player, you should name him Connor, I guess. Exactly, Yako, you're right. I'm not going to... Exactly, that's why I'm not so hearkening much on Brossoit, because, like, yeah, maybe do more to cover that side of the net where he just scored a goal, but it's McDavid. It's hard to do anything. McDavid is better than Nathan McKinnon. Obviously, McDavid's the greatest player in the world, man. I don't take that away from him. You don't gotta argue with this Jets fan. I have a rivalry with the Oilers, but I respect McDavid and Draisaitl the hell out of them. They're so talented. Oh, Trevor Lewis. Oh, now it's Appleton. I thought Lewis was 22 for a second for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, I would bet money on a hat trick too. It's McDavid, but I still think the Jets are gonna tie it before any of that happens, so we'll have to wait and see, but that's just my gut feeling. We'll see what happens, though. 5 minutes left in this game. The Jets do have a great team. They do. They're built really well, you know? Almost every player on their team has been drafted and developed. The Oilers' offense does carry them. Like I said, though, Jedi, I feel like you guys are just a couple defensive pieces away from being a really good contending team. I really agree with that. Maybe your goaltending's weak, but That would be another part I would harken on too. But, you know, if you have a good defense and your offense is the way it is already, I think it can make up for the weaker defense. Do you think that McDavid is the closest thing we have to Gretzky? Absolutely. I think that. I think we'll look at his points already. If that doesn't tell you something, then, you know, what is? I love to watch the Jets versus the Oilers. Me too. It's always a fun game. Oh my god, I thought that was in. I heard a post. Oh my god, how did that not go in? Ah. It is a very close game, exactly. We'll see if that happens, Darren, man. I hope it doesn't. At least want to hold a lead for a minute, not 45 seconds. Oh my god, what a save by Koskinen. I thought they hit the post. Hit the post, and then it redirected off of his... That was amazing. How did that not go in his... I don't even know. No, I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to say there. That was a beautiful save with a great lucky bounce at the end, too. That's what hockey is, though. It's the definition of hockey, in my opinion, is lucky bounces when you're goaltending sometimes. It's just the way it goes. Good. This has been a really fun hockey game so far. Boring, but there's been entertaining plays. You know, I ain't gonna complain. I'm just happy to have the Jets playing, you know. Ugh. Connor is the Jets leader in points. No. The leader in points for the Jets is Scheifele, and then Kyle Connor? No, it's Nikolai Ehlers. I'm going to pull up the point total now that you said that, because I'm almost confident it's Scheifele Ehlers. Yeah, Scheifele Ehlers. 37 points for Mark Scheifele, 31 points for Nikolai Ehlers, 29 for Kyle Connor, 26 for Blake Wheeler, 23 for Neil Pionk, 19 for Andrew Kopp, 18 for Paul Stastny, 15 for Mason Appleton, 15 for Lowry, 14 for Morrissey somehow. Pierre-Luc Dubois has 10 and 14 games. So yeah, interesting stats there. But yeah, it's Mark Scheifele, Nikolai Ehlers, then Kyle Connor. I had a feeling that wasn't right. I don't know why. In most pipes, yeah, I would agree with that, man. I agree with that, 100%. Same with Ehlers. Ehlers hits the post a lot, bar and out a lot for Ehlers. What do you think of the Minnesota Wild Jets rivalry? I think it's a very fun rivalry, and ever since that playoff series, it's been a GOAT rivalry in my opinion. I just read that now. I'm reading and watching a hockey game. Cut me a break, boys, all right? It's very similar when you're looking at it like this and then going back to a game trying to watch two things and read things, all right? I'm sorry. Sorry there, Winnie. I know what you meant, though. But still, you weren't like you were that far off. It was a matter of, like, what, 5, 6 points? 8 points max? Something like that? Oh, that was so close by Wheeler. Oh, my God. Oh, come on, Cap. You gotta bury that, man. Oh. Damn. Oh, yeah, the Snyder Cut came out. I gotta watch that sometime. Oh, here comes Connor. Ooh. Oh, right off the helmet. Connor's got the puck behind the net. Spin and move. Come on, feed it. Ah. Come on, guys. Get a goal here. Tie the game going into the third. Come on, Ehlers. Do you think the Oilers and Jets will pass the Leafs? I think there's a really good chance, Jediel. I really think there's a good chance. I went to the first Jets game in Minnesota, Xcel Energy. It was a great venue. Yeah, I would love to see a game in Minnesota. Always have wanted to. They're a great hockey place as well. How do you think Adam Lowry is playing? I'm assuming you mean Adam Lowry. And Adam Lowry, in my opinion, he's been much better this year than he was last year. Jumping in on the rush more, I think he's a very valuable asset, and I think he's more valuable than Andrew Kopp is, even though he has more points. Andrew Kopp has more points. Lowry is a very good depth center, and he's a kind of a rare commodity with some of the times on how he plays. And he's got a connection to the team, and his dad's a coach. I think Lowry stays more than Kopp does, and I think Lowry's a more impactful player. I like Lowry a lot, and I think he's playing a good game tonight. I just want to see him be more, and I think if he's lost the puck and had some bad puck luck, but he's still playing a good defensive game. All right. Like I said, guys, just coming up, we're going to have Zach Nolan of the Nolan Hockey Podcast coming in. We're going to be talking, and we can answer any questions you guys have. You can put them in the chat once he joins. So don't go anywhere when the period ends, because we're going to have Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast here. He's a great guy. If you haven't already, subscribed to his channel. I will have all of his link and stuff when he is here, obviously, so you guys can subscribe to him and enjoy the content, obviously, because he's got great Jet stuff. And if I ever miss an upload schedule for a game recap, you know Zach ain't gonna miss one. So you can always have Zach if mine videos aren't uploaded. And also, I recommend watching both of our videos anyway, because Zach's he's more of a optimistic fan with a lot of different type of insight with how things are played and just goaltending and a lot of different aspects of the game, where I focus more on individual performances and defense, like just structure and whatnot. So you definitely watch both of them if you haven't already. I'll definitely subscribe to him too once I'll post his link once he gets here. Do you think it's weird that Adam Lowry's dad is a coach? No, I think it's actually good, because Adam Lowry's dad is a good coach so far. I like what he's done with the team and what he has his area. Also, he was a good depth type of player. I think those guys make good coaches. Looked at the best third line points. The Jets are second. Yeah. The Jets' third line is very good, and Adam Lowry drives a lot of that play, even though he doesn't get a lot of the points. So I think keeping Lowry is very important. What do you think about Mattias Ekholm? I think Mattias Ekholm makes the most sense for the Jets to trade for if they're looking for a guy at the deadline, because he's signed for this year and next year. And then with the emergence of Ville Heinola next year, I think that would be really good for the team. With having him and Ekholm and Heinola coming up would be very good. I don't know how we missed that, man. Damn. That was so close. So close. Brossoit coming in clutch at the end of the second period there. What about David Savard? David Savard is a good player too, and he makes sense because of his relationship with Pierre-Luc Dubois. He seems like he's a good locker room guy, but he's more of a rental situation that the Jets would have to re-sign. And because Ekholm is at a 3.75, I believe, or 3.25 cap hit, that's pretty good cap hit for a top four guy. So I think that it makes more sense to bring in Ekholm, because Savard, who knows what happens with him wanting to re-sign. Like, obviously Dubois is here, so he might, because he's their best friends, but there's just a lot of situations with that, because you have to worry about re-signing him. So I think it makes more sense to go after a guy that's already signed, even if it costs a little bit more, because of that reasoning. I think it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. And he's a right-handed shot. Either way, one of those guys is going to be a Jet, Jacob James, by the end of the play, but before the playoffs, I should say. I think. I don't think Chevy makes a move for a defender who's just like a okay guy. I think he only makes a move for a bona fide top four D-man. Because other than that, what's the point of risking bringing him in and being cold and all that stuff with the quarantine if that's the case? There ain't going to be a Matt Hendricks for a seventh type of move this year. I'll tell you that much. Can we afford? Yes, we can. I made a video recently talking about our cap situation and stuff like that in a video where I talk about the potential of bringing in Dougie Hamilton. So if you want to hear more about what type of situation the Jets will have with the cap and how much they can afford to spend on big ticket guys and with the cap and whatnot, I recommend watching that video of mine about the Dougie Hamilton stuff. I also made videos covering the trade rumors around Savard, Ekholm, and even Vince Dunn, and rumors about Sami Niku potentially being moved for Ekholm. I've got all those videos I've recently made on the channel, so if you want to be more up to date with what's happening in that, I have that stuff there. Hendricks is a GOAT. I don't know if I'd say that. He was a great locker room guy, but again, how many times am I going to say he's a great locker room guy instead of on ice performance? Oh my god, I can't believe Brossoit was lucky enough to get that whistle. Archibald should have buried that. Oh my god. And the first period already. I watched all of your videos. Awesome, Jacob James. Well, that's great. Well, then you already know all you need to know about my opinions there. But yeah, I think that Ekholm makes sense, and we can afford the cap and everything, so I think that's who you go with. Anything new with Mete? I haven't heard any rumors about Victor Mete for a while, Yako. I actually should check into that. But again, that's the type of move where it's like, it could be good, it could make no difference, you know? Because how much of an upgrade is Victor Mete over what we have in guys even like Ville Heinola who aren't playing, right? So I think that's another effect that comes into play. But yeah, that's going to end the first period. We're going to get Zach Nolan on here. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Zachary Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast is going to be joining us. So I'm going to give him a call right now, and we're going to get this on. Let me just make sure that my OBS is properly set up to make sure you guys can hear him. Oh, wrong. Done. I gotta go here to check that. Properties. Perfect. All right, we're good to go. Zach Nolan, we're gonna call him, and we're gonna get this post game, this second, third intermission show going. There we go. Calling him right now. All right, hello. Oh yeah, I realize I can't hear you, but they can hear you. Hold on. There we go. Now I can hear you. What's going on, Zach?
Fine. It would be great if we stopped calling while we were losing all the time.
Oh,
like every game we've called.
Headphones are plugged into the wrong screen. My mistake, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties. 1 second. There we go. Now I can hear you.
The best of us.
There we go. What's going on, Zach? Welcome to this stream. How you doing tonight?
I would be doing a lot better if, like, when I come on here, we could be winning one of these games.
Exactly, right?
Like, this is the third.
I told you this was going to happen, man. I told you. I said before that first, we're going to be talking about chasing the game, man. I said that you weren't going to be the ones. I didn't even, hell, when they scored that first goal, I was surprised the Jets were able to get one. I thought it was going to be a 1-0 period going into the third, honestly. So I'm happy that it's at least a goal on the board. I would prefer if it was 1-1, but, you know, can't do much against Connor McDavid when he's coming in like that.
Right. Honestly, like, that's my feeling on, like, both of those. Like, the thing is you kind of you have a normal game plan, but you kind of have to play an additional game plan for playing against Connor McDavid. Like, you can't give him the same room you give other players.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that first goal, he walks out, and not even a second, but it's already in the net.
Well, that was the first goal was a bad luck goal, in my opinion. You know, not much.
Nurse, I think, is in front of is tied up with Morrissey, and you could tell, or no, it was
the puck goes right over. The puck went right over Morrissey's stick. Yeah, really bad play.
But Nugent Hopkins realizes it doesn't matter if I get the puck. I just need to let McDavid get the puck, so he just stops Morrissey from getting back into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and that goal, our goal came out of absolutely nowhere.
I know, who would have expected the fourth line to generate... Dude, the fourth line has been really good. This has been the fourth line's best game.
Yeah, I agree, but it gave me such an existential crisis, because I'm like, should I be happy that the fourth line is
I feel that way all the time.
Or should I be annoyed that I keep seeing them over and frickin' over again? Like...
That's a very fair point, man. You know, I've noticed that as well. And also, another thing I've noticed, in my opinion, is that last game the Winnipeg Jets played the Edmonton Oilers, the highlight standout player, without a doubt in my opinion from that game, was Neil Pionk's defensive play against Connor McDavid in the top line that the Oilers have. And I've barely seen him really being involved in any type of shutdown situation so far against that line. I've seen more of Stanley and Pullman out there, the third pairing, than what I've seen with the second pairing being out there against them. Seems like they're matching the pairings differently than the first game, and I really don't understand why they're doing that. Maybe because of it was a back-to-back and they're gassed. Who knows what the reasoning is there? But
in that second period, but 2 goals from Connor McDavid have the Oilers up by 1 heading.
Like, I'll say a couple things on that. Like, for one, I'll be honest, I wanted to see a couple roster changes, just because, not necessarily because this was a back-to-back game, but because it was a home and away game, back-to-back game. I would have liked to see, like, this would have been, in my opinion, an appropriate time to play Niku.
I agree with that. Like, what's going on, Blake?
Like, maybe give, like, Pullman a break or something like that. Like, I understand if you don't want to put the two youngsters together, but, like, at least give somebody a day off, because there are only so many times, especially as we approach the final stretch of games, that it becomes more and more appropriate to do that. And this was one of those times. I would also say, like, I don't know, like, your opinion on this, like, because, yeah, like, the defense, like, you can tell them they're having to kind of turn around and almost skate backwards for a couple seconds, especially when McDavid begins a rush. But also, is Jesse Puljujarvi beginning to piss you off in front of the net?
Mm-hmm. Especially that at the end of the game there with Mason Appleton.
Tossing people. I would love to see Stanley out there at the same time because it's like, come on.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand why Logan Stanley is like shooting the puck so much now. He's being all this off really good, development in his game from where he was when he first started the season with the Jets. And the one thing, even though it's gone up in my opinion slightly, is I want to see him hit more and be physical. Like, that's a huge part of his game. It has been his whole career, and I think he really starts to see. He needs to realize that there's no one on the Jets that really owns that role of being that physical guy. Nate Thompson doesn't really clear the crease. Neither does Trevor Lewis because they're barely on for 10 minutes a game. You got no defenders that do it. Derek Forbort is okay at it sometimes, but he gets he gets boss tossed around exactly. So like I think
he was getting
I agree
so
with that.
mad. I thought Derek Forbort was going to take a penalty on that play because Puljujarvi was pissing him the hell off because he just kept tossing him with ease.
Yep. I don't understand what happened to Adam Lowry's side of that game. Like, in my opinion, Adam Lowry he's still great, but that hitting aspect of his game it's not been there the way I want it to be, especially in like the defensive end. Like, we need to be way more physical. Like, that's part of our game has deteriorated, in my opinion, slowly over the years, and this year it's just accumulating in this really shitty performance when it comes to physical play in their own end. Like, they can offensively, they hit the fourth line and third line are still more physical in the neutral zone and offensive zone, but in the Jets' own zone defending, they're never physical. They're very passive with the stick, poking, trying to force them to the outside. They don't play physical almost ever in their own zone.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think actually too a little bit of a factor in that is let's be fair though. Where he's lacked in defensive game, his offensive game has improved, but I feel like that's changed his mentality a little bit to being more of a not like I don't want to go as far to say he was an enforcer before, but he was more of a presence in the back checking point as well as the offensive side.
Yeah, but there's so many player examples where you could take that argument and be like, well, look at how these guys still play physical. I don't like to give him credit, but Tom Wilson's a prime example of that. Like, obviously he makes dirty hits, but the guy is an offensive weapon who still plays that gritty fourth, third line role that he did when he first broke into the league. And I think that Lowry should still have that as part of his game. I don't think that makes you a weaker player.
I'm not arguing that. Yeah, he should.
And it frustrates me that maybe that's the way that the coaching staff has swayed him over the last few seasons, especially this year in particular. Like, hitting is something that it just seems like is almost shamed upon by Paul Maurice and the coaching now, because you never see big hits ever since Buffalo's been gone the last 2 years, really.
Right.
And I think the Jets need to hit more.
Although, let's be fair, though, I always got the feeling with Dustin Byfuglien, I don't know if you ever watch wrestling, but there's a wrestler named Brock Lesnar. And the guy, what his whole shtick is that people know this, is that it doesn't matter what you tell him. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. I feel like with Dustin Byfuglien, if you told him you can't be going out of your way to hit so much, it really wouldn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
He still would do it.
But that needs to be the same mentality that Adam Lowry has, and even I would say Andrew Copp to an extent. Like, Andrew Copp's physical game has disappeared.
Yeah, it's become a lot more of just a forechecking with your stick type thing. And
but that's another
pinning
problem
it
with
on
the defense.
The boards does not count as physical game, I think.
Exactly, especially bumping them against the boards. Like, that's just stereotypical hockey play.
I would say it's weird. Like, okay, so
chat. Make sure to ask us any questions if you have any. By the way, let's keep them going and nonstop. We'll answer anything that you guys have coming our way.
In a very good way.
No, it's okay. This is what the show's supposed to be. It's just supposed to be fans talking about what they saw, and I agree with it, man. It's like the Jets are playing in a game like this where you're tired, where it's a defensive game. You gotta hit. You gotta slow the game down even more and take advantage of the fact that both teams are coming off of back-to-backs, and the Oilers are still getting way too many looks offensively where they can have wide open zone entries because the Jets are slow and they're chasing the play a little bit at times, especially in the neutral zone. Like look at the second goal. Right, that was
Well, the second
Forber
goal.
gets tied up at the center line, and then there's this whole, kind of like mesh of players that break in through that have to come back and back check, and then you have a situation where McDavid comes into the speed on full flight, carrying the puck in because of a really weird play at the center line by Forber, and that doesn't happen if there's more of a smoother transition game, or instead of trying to tie up the player, you play a physical hit and you hit him and then you skate back instead of trying to tie yourself up and do what they were doing.
Yeah, there's a couple factors on that second goal that I pick up on as well. Right before Forbert, I think is what you said, tries to make a pick play right around center ice.
Mm-hmm.
The defenseman in the Edmonton zone, he has the puck, and two of our guys in succession, like fucking enemies in a fighter game, go after him. They try to force him off the puck, which is a ballsy gambit because you do not see that result in success very much. Now, Lowry's the second guy who tries to forecheck the defenseman. I think because he sees the puck kind of startle after the guy gets past our first player. He thinks, well, I'll just go get it and I can pass it into the zone. He chases that, which now leaves 3 players between the Oilers defenseman and the goal, which is now a glorified 5-on-3 for at least 10 seconds, which with Connor McDavid, you really only need to give 3 seconds, and he's in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that pinch at the center ice, and now it's 2-on-1. It was just systematically taking our players out of the play defensively.
It wasn't a good move by Forber. We've got some questions coming in, though. Jacob James asks, if Ekholm does get traded to the Winnipeg Jets, who would he replace in the lineup, and what would the lineup look like? And then Yako also coming in asking if the Jets will start with more speed in the first. Rapid fire on that Jacob James's question.
Okay, first off,
Ekholm would go with Josh Morrissey. I feel like that would be a good stable.
Is he left defense or right defense? That's my one question.
Depends on how the team is structured and if Ville-Heinola's playing. You could
so
look at this from
say,
so many different angles, because now that you have Ville-Heinola in the press taxi squad, does he play or is he just there because it makes sense for cap situations?
I would say it probably makes sense for cap situations
Exactly.
because they like rushing prospects. Actually, I know for a fact they don't like rushing prospects. I would say he definitely takes Poolman out of the lineup because to take Stanley out of the lineup would make no goddamn sense.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Does Stanley get pulled out of the lineup for when Bellew comes back? That's a whole other question in itself. That could easily happen with the way Paul Maurice likes Bellew in the past.
Possibly, but then I would argue that if we get Ekholm, Beaulieu should come out anyway.
All right, I'm gonna say Tucker Poolman. We got some other questions. So what are you gonna go with? I think Tucker Poolman makes sense.
And I'd say, who would you like Ekholm to play with though? That's the question. Would you like to balance the?
I'd balance it out as much as I could, depending on it. Also, coming into Yako's question. What do you think about the third? Do you think the Jets come out with more speed in the third?
I think they have to.
I think they do as well. I think this slow kind of transition game, I don't think that they can continue to it up in the third. They got to be on the attack.
The fourth line is the only one for me that has actually been able to really make an impact in this game, ironically. So, yeah.
I agree with that. All right, guys, keep the questions coming. We still got at least about 5 more minutes before puck drops. So, rapid fire, we'll do as many questions off as we can. Anything NHL related. Doesn't have to be about the Jets. Me and Zach can answer for you. But, oh, yeah, fine. Only Jets, no, fine. Fuck every other team.
Yeah.
But getting back towards this game in particular, I think that another key part of this is for the Jets to succeed, in my opinion, is if they're going to go, fast tempo and try to change it up on the Oilers in this thing, I think what they're going to really need to do is make sure that the top line of Stastny, Wheeler, and Scheifele is not matched up against any speed lines because they've looked gassed all night.
Yep.
So that's my only concern about switching to a high-tempo game is that the top line has been gassed all game. So I don't want to see them have to go head-to-head against McDavid because they will get beat every single time. There's no question about that.
I'm tired of seeing that same fucking passing play by the top line that always results in them messing up the second pass. I don't know if you recognized it. It's the one where the guy in the middle passes it to the guy in the far left. He tries to pass it back to the guy in the far right who has an open cage in theory, and they miss the pass every freaking time.
Mm-hmm. I know, and they're not even to mention the zone entries on the power play by all those guys.
Once it gets to the guy on the left.
Yeah.
Because you've seen that the guy on the right has enough room to get to the net. Just play for the rebound. I don't care. Get a shot. Rimming it around on a McDavid Oilers team is the most lethal thing you can do for them in the offensive zone.
Yep. Will Stan the Man replace Forbert? Well, Forbert's only on a 1-year contract, Yako, so I think that would make sense. But it also depends on what the team's makeup is going into next year. Forbert's been pretty good, and I wouldn't be upset if the Jets kept him on another 1-year deal, but that depends on what happens.
Third pair, though.
Me too. I would like him on the third-year pair next year, but it really depends.
Shift the youth forward.
Exactly. Yeah. So it really depends there, but that's a good question I'm going to be talking about once we get into the offseason, because I've been really impressed with Forbert this year, so I wouldn't be opposed to him coming back as a third limited role next year and promoting the prospects. Do you agree with the second line having more ice time? Yeah, I think the second line is our first line, obviously, and I think that they should play more, especially Nikolai Ehlers, in my opinion. He's really starting to get a lot of hype now in the league, and for good reason. He's so dynamic, and I'm just happy that he's getting more recognition, because the second line, in my opinion, for most of this year has been the better line. Even when you go back and look at when the second line was playing with Stastny out there, I still thought that was a better line. So I think that the second line has just been more consistent this whole season, even regardless of what the personnel's been.
Second line's been changed a lot, though.
It has.
There's no
really
real
has.
clear face. It finally has a solid structure to it, but for a while they were just kind of moving around.
What would we both do if the Jets won the Cup? If the Jets won the Cup, the first thing I'm doing is getting on a plane and flying to Winnipeg and getting plastered in every fan bar in the city.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I have a Jet shot glass that would be used.
I have one too from the Heritage Classic, so I'd bring that with me.
Someone asked us, will Patty get traded or Torts get fired?
I think that, honestly, because Jorma Kekalainen is a smart GM, I think that if it got to the point where Laine was like, you have to pick, I think he would fire Torts, because it's a coach, and you can't choose a coach over a player. You can't.
I would argue that I think both might happen.
I would say that's very possible as well.
Hasn't been able to, because let's be honest here.
Jacob James, I will be making an expansion video eventually, but continue.
Yeah. Laine needs a center to pass him the puck. And that's not a detriment to how he plays. That's just the reality of being a good winger.
Look, and it's a prime example. I was just about to say that. Exactly. What would Ovechkin be without Backstrom? An elite passer and playmaker like Backstrom. What would Ovechkin be like without Backstrom? Still good, but I don't think he'd be putting up the amount of goals he has at certain points in his career without that.
He'd probably be at around, how many goals does he have right now?
No idea, but he would probably be at least 200 short.
Three quarters of what he's getting, yeah.
I would say, because of how elite of a passer he has with him on that line, and how consistent.
Right.
And also another thing too is chemistry, right? The only kind of snippet we ever got of a consistent line with a center he liked was Stastny for 18 games in the playoffs. So
but they made the most of that 18 games.
They did, and that says a lot about how good Laine can be with the right center, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why I was so upset the Jets made the trade when they did. I know he was injured and what the situation was, but I still would have really liked to see a full year, 56 games of Laine and Stastny put together, other than just one.
Yeah, is it weird that I kind of just feel weird about that whole injured Laine thing?
Yeah, my dad's been preaching ever since that happened. He's like, it is no way he's a real injury. It's Laine saying he wants a trade, and other teams not being interested in a potentially injured Laine. I agree with my dad.
My dad had a kind of related thought. My dad was that we put him on LTIR because it would put him off. It was a better way of saying that he's a healthy scratch, so that teams wouldn't know that we were that desperate to trade, but we were looking to trade.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you think Laine will sign with Winnipeg next year? I think nothing's impossible, but I think a big reason why Laine wasn't signed before that when he signed the bridge deal, why he wasn't signed long-term was the money. So it depends after this season if he wants another bridge deal, because if he wants another bridge deal, I don't think there's any reason why on the planet Cheveldayoff shouldn't be looking to make Laine another similar bridge deal.
Can he even make another bridge deal?
He did.
Or
the only thing I talked about it in my cap, if we could offer Dougie Hamilton 8.8 and still have enough money to sign everyone we need on the next coming up seasons, I think that we could still sign him to a decent contract, even if it was a 1-year contract at $5 million. I think it's worth even if he's only there for one more year. We know it's a 1 year and leave thing. I think it's worth it because the Jets are in a win now mode, and Laine is imagine how good Laine would be with Pierre-Luc Dubois. Imagine that.
So the game's about to start on my TV. I don't know about yours.
It is on mine as well.
I'll just say one thing.
One more last thoughts,
if we don't re-sign Laine, I would like that opportunity to move to try Vesalainen with the top 6, or Appleton. I would like to see them moved up for that opportunity.
Me too.
And that's about it. And you doing anything post game or no?
Yeah, I'll have you back on for the post game. Sure, we'll do a little recap of everything.
Late, so.
All right, sounds good. Game's starting right now, guys. We're gonna get back to that. Thank you so much, Zach, for coming in. Subscribe to his link posted in the channel. He'll be on for the post game. All right, Zach Nolan, I thank you so much for hopping on. I will have you on the post game. Let's enjoy the rest of that game. I'll talk to you after.
Anytime.
All right, see you later, dude. Talk later.
See ya.
Bye. All right, that was Zach Nolan, the Lone Hockey Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, drop a subscription. Awesome channel, up and coming. Does great Jet reaction videos with his brother Carter. Let me switch back so that I can hear my game and get my stuff set up properly. Technical difficulties. 1 second. All right, here we go. Would you accept Scheifele Wheeler for McDavid? No, because Wheeler's old and he's making a ton of money, and that's not a very good contract for any team, really. Scheifele, oh, that was close. Scheifele had a really good opportunity there. All right, let me pull the chat back up. Awesome. What's up, Alan? Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're having a good day. Jets dominating the start of this game so far. First minute in. Ooh, they still have the play. Nice move there. But ooh, that's a penalty. Pugliarvi looked like a trip there almost, man. Nice. I thought that was a lost puck there for a second. Damn. That was really close. Best part about Wheeler contract is that it ends the same time as Scheifele. Yeah, thank God. So we can give Scheifele his raise and not have to worry about not being able to pay him. Yeah, I totally agree with you there, dude. Nice shot off the draw, saved by Brossois. It's going to be an interesting finish to this game, guys. Low shot game, two goals for the Oilers, one for the Jets. I think the Jets still get one. They, like I said, they came out high tempo in the third to start. And that's what we're talking about. The Jets are a very underrated team, but they're starting to get more recognition. Do you think Scheifele will take a Nate McKinnon and ask for a cheap deal? I think that Scheifele already made his cheap deal. I think Scheifele's going to want a little bit of a raise. I think he'll probably get around, I don't know, it depends how much money. I really don't know. That's so far out to ask, and then who knows what happens with Scheifele's game, right? So I think, honestly, depending, he could get $9 million, maybe 8.8, somewhere around there. He could ask for a lot because he's making such a little amount now, and he's been so good for a long time. So who knows with that situation. It's an interesting situation that's going to develop eventually. That was almost a picked-off pass there. That was a good pass there. Oh, traded outside. Shot outside, excuse me. Whew. Ooh, don't tell Zach that I said that, but yeah, we do. Then the Oilers can have a new fan channel. Will Cole Perfetti play in the NHL this year? Not this year, I don't think. I think he could make the team next year, like what Ville Heinola did, to just give him an experiment. But I don't think he makes it this year. Not unless the Jets get hit by the injury train and they're desperate for talent. But even then, I don't think Maurice is going to play Perfetti, even though he's been good. Would the Preds accept Niku, Harkins, a first and a third for Ekholm? I think that's a pretty fair trade. I think Harkins would be upgraded, though, to David Gustafsson. I think Gustafsson's got more potential than Harkins. And I think that that's not a horrible deal because I wouldn't give the third, though, if you're throwing in a prospect. I would give a first and two prospects or a first and a third and one prospect. I mean, a first and two prospects or just the first and third, you know? I don't think giving up the third in there is as well. I think we're going to get Ekholm, Jojo. I really do, man. You got to realize, though, Yako, that other teams are going to offer a lot. Like, the Leafs are potentially offering a lot of good potential players, and in the rumors I've heard. So the Jets might have to make a good offer like that. And honestly, an overpay with prospects like that aren't currently on the team, it wouldn't be the worst thing, right? Like, think about it. Perfetti's a center, and now we have Pierre-Luc Dubois as well. Like, McJesus versus our third line. It's been like McJesus versus our fourth line, it seems to be the storyline for this game. Ooh. Damn, that was dangerous. Oh my god, get that out of the front of the zone. Oh my god, that was dumb. When do you think the trade could happen? The trade could happen any day, Noah. It makes sense to do it before the draft, the deadline, especially because of the quarantine potentially happening, being imposed by the government still and all that. So I think that you know, it might be. It might happen any day. I would say maximum a week and a bit. I realize that now. That's why I deleted it. Yeah. Don't explain yourself. I had a feeling it's like it makes just more sense to me to overpay with a little bit with depth prospects. You know, yeah, they're like it could hit or miss with those type of guys, right? So I think it wouldn't be the worst thing. Like if that happened and we got Ekholm, I wouldn't be upset. It's a weak draft this year. Our first is going to be late anyway. And I think Ekholm being signed for another year is worth giving up maybe another depth prospect or a pick. Is $11 million for Ovi an overpayment based solely on skill right now? Maybe solely on skill, a little bit of an overpayment, but the guy's still going to put up a ton of goals, even at a late age, so who knows, right? We need to injure McDavid. I don't want to injure anybody, but if that's what's... I think we can win still without injuring him, but if that gets desperate enough, you know, Nate Thompson's got is a 10-minute game guy. Let him make the dirty play. Oh, come on, skate! Ah, you slow sons of a... If that was the second line, that was a 2-on-1. But of course, it's Paul Stastny and Blake Wheeler breaking in. If that... Oh, come on, feed it to Stastny. Oh, what are you doing, Scheifele? Oh, my God, put wide. There's so many different plays that could have happened there that would have been better than that. I want to believe in this team. I believe in this team. I still don't like... I still have problems with this team, but I still believe in it. I'm not as pessimistic as a lot of other Jets fans are. I believe in this team. I think they can win. Trade Wheeler. After that, you know, right? But no, I'm just joking. Only trade Wheeler if his production falls off. The guy's still producing, so even though he's not the best 5-on-5 anymore, and it's a little bit of an overpayment for a... Oh, I thought that was in. That took them forever to blow the play down because the net was off. Dude, Dylan DeMello's got a huge nose. Holy crap. That thing is huge. You should believe in this team, though, JoJo. There's a lot of good stuff to be promising about for this team. You know, we're one defender short from being a very deep team and a much more sounded defensive team. There's a lot to be happy about with this club, and there's a lot of good future. Exactly, Yakko. I'll never give up on them either. As long as they've got Ehlers, Scheifele, Wheeler, Kyle Connor, hell, even Paul Stastny, Mason Appleton, Adam Lowry, as long as they've got the type of guys they do, I believe in this offense. Go Jets, go. Exactly, Colin. Welcome to the stream, dude. We're going to tie this one. I believe. It's like the Polar Express, you know. If you believe, you'll hear the bells. If I believe, we'll score a goal. I don't know why I just saw the Polar Express in the middle of March. What a weird movie. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the Polar Express, but seriously. I believe. Come on, guys. 14 minutes left. They got to get a goal. They got to put one in. I love Logan Stanley. He's been so good this season. He's a +7. He's got an assist finally. He's way better than Nathan Beaulieu. He's playing more physical. He's shooting the puck very well. I just really like him. I think he's going to grow into a really good defenseman for us. I think there's a lot of potential in his game. The Jets are my favorite hockey team too, so we got that in common, my friend. Come on, Forbert. Let that go. Why did he pass that to Pionk there? That kid in the yellow sweater is such a meme, dude. I love that kid, too. Oh, big block by Pionk. And Brossoit covers up. That almost squeaked through his arm. Damn. Trade Helly for a bag of pucks. You're banned, Brady. Get out of here. When will the Kraken video come out? Soon. I'm kind of waiting to do the Kraken video closer to the off season because there's so much that can happen with the club still and the trades and stuff like that, Jacob. So I'm waiting for the I'm gonna wait till the end of the playoffs basically when we know what the Jets are actually gonna have available because anything can happen. There's a lot of time and I don't want to make like a bunch of different updated videos on what'll happen and be one of those guys who's constantly milking the same idea. I hate when people do that. So I will make a Kraken video when it gets closer to the time, but I will have one coming soon. Especially, and I'll mostly just focus on the Jets. It's too broad of a topic to really cover and be accurate in my opinion about who will go and who won't go. Because there's also so many backdoor deals that'll happen potentially that'll protect players. You know, we know that it'll happen. When and what will your next video be? My next video obviously will come out tomorrow, and it'll be a game recap on this current game where I'll share my thoughts and go in depth on the performances. I do that almost after every game that I can, unless there's technical difficulties or my life is way too busy and I don't have the time, unfortunately, to record it. On Saturday, I have a Mason Appleton video scheduled to come out about why I think he's got top 6 potential with his organization and why he's one of the best late-round organization draft picks the Jets have had almost ever, even in the Atlanta days as well. And how he's having a career year and whatnot. So we have a Mason Appleton video coming out. And then I don't know what my next video is going to be. I might make another prospect video talking about Declan Chisholm, but we got a lot of good stuff coming out. Kopp is good, but Mason Appleton is better. I haven't liked Forbert in the last few games. Yeah. Yeah, he would be. Did you know Kopp is 28 years old? I did. Kopp is old. Kopp is good, but Kopp is going to want a lot of money this year, and the Jets shouldn't give it to Kopp. The Jets should put their money in a defender and keep Lowry. I think they would leave DeMello unprotected because of a 3x3 deal. Nikkanen is another good prospect who I could make a video on, Yako. I've actually been thinking about him for a while, and I also have that prospect ranking video that I've been working on for a while that will come out soon. But, yeah, that could easily happen. I'll still take Myers and Shannon yesterday over Beaulieu any day. I won't take Beaulieu on my hockey club ever. You'd have to put a gun in my head for me to dress Nathan Beaulieu. He is just so bad. He has been horrible this year. Oh, that was a good tip in front by Trevor Lewis. Just no one was there to bury on the other side. Nikkanen is a very interesting prospect. Nikkanen is very fast. If I'm not mistaken, Nikkanen almost posted the same speed as OILERS in a video where I talked about him. Can you make more trade rumor videos? I will have more trade videos coming out as rumors start to break. There haven't been that many more other than David Savard and the Ekholm stuff, and I've covered all of that. So I could be making update videos, but it's been kind of on the stall recently. You know, like there are other videos coming out, not other videos, other rumors that might come out eventually, but. Now that we're getting closer to these things happening, we'll have more rumor videos. I'm probably going to make a video, though, talking about the David Savard side of things versus Ekholm and who's better. Like, there's lots of ideas I have. It also just comes down to time. Right now I'm in school. I work part-time. You know, it's very hard for me to find time to even stream. So I try to make as many videos as I can. But I have a bunch of ideas and scripts that I'm currently working on. Yeah, but he's also a young guy. What's a good Twitter rumor account? My Twitter, link in the description. No, but in all seriousness, there's a lot. I don't know them all off by heart because they're all on my Twitter, but if you follow my Twitter, I'm always liking and retweeting stuff so you can find good rumor pages from there. Link in the description if you actually use Twitter a lot because I recommend following me there. I always give a lot of opinions where I don't have time to make videos on, cover day-to-day stuff. What am I majoring? Right now, I am currently taking classes to help me get into prerequisite classes for me to get into my architectural building, my architectural, I can't talk, excuse me, my architectural technical program, and architectural engineering. So yeah, I'll be going into that and studying architecture. That's what I like. I've already currently graduated from BCIT in architectural drafting. I've worked in a year at a firm before COVID. So yeah, I have a little resume going on there, and it's nice. But I love architecture, always have. I love creating building renders and working on the computer. Insider Peg Hoggy, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. How much would the Jets have to pay for Ekholm versus Savard? Savard would probably cost a first and, I think a first and maybe, that was almost a goal, I thought. A first-round pick and maybe a conditional second if he signs, I think could be fair for that deal. I don't know if you give it, because off of the way he's played this year, but I also think maybe you give in, a Sami Niku, a first and a conditional third if he signs with the club. That could be fair for Savard. And then I think for Ekholm, I think you go with Niku, Gustafsson, a first, and then a third non-conditional, I think, is the most you pay. And I think it really depends. But I think that's like where the ballpark would be, really. I just learned about you and you're already my favorite YouTuber. Well, I appreciate that, Colin. Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the stream, man. Savard should be on this team because of Rosovic. Exactly. I've been saying that all year round. I said that in all my rumor videos that Savard should be going the other way, but what are you going to know? Charlie Huddy would be a good addition to the top 4. Yes. Let's just tell him to dust off the old skates and play that old Oilers defense. Oh, God. He's so not a good coach, man. Oh, that was almost in. Lowry just missed that tip. 10-minute warning, guys, in the third period. Jets still tailing by a goal. I agree. The Jets are really doing well at creating opportunity right now. Oh, come on. Win that puck battle, Stastny. There we go. Fight it. Keep the possession. That's all that matters. Just get a shot on that. Great turnover. Who was that? Blake Wheeler. Of course it was. Man. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, and you're enjoying the channel, enjoying the stream, definitely please consider subscribing. If we can get 730 subscribers, that would be pretty awesome. I would appreciate that. Is your favorite coach? Banned. No, I'm just joking. But maybe I'm not. Most points with new teams. Tyson Berry with 30, Toffoli with 27, and Hornquist with 24 with the Panthers. Panthers have been really good this year. Can't believe they're a cup contender again. Connor should be challenging Matthews for the Rocket right now. I think I would like to see that more. I would like to see more goals from Kyle Connor. You know, I think sometimes he's too patient with the puck. There you go, Trains. That's the new record. 3 lifetime sentence bans. There you go. I know you would, Yako, and that's why you're mod. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support you always show the channel. It really means a lot. Well, bye. Oh, well, no. Oh, he's gone forever then. He's gone to his cell. Arrested, lifetime ban. Solitude. Come on. 9 minutes left. I want these guys to get a goal so badly right now. I'm going to go get so hyped. Oh, look at that. He's still got his Wi-Fi in his cell. You'll get mods soon, Brady. You know what? Actually, you know what? You know what? Why don't you type something, Brady? Why don't you type something? Off the bar. Oh. So close. I thought that went in too. If anyone deserves mod, it's you two. So Stone is so good. I love him. He's such a good player. Good and hot too. Alright, dude, sounds good. Jacob James, I'm going to be doing, like I said, post-game with Zach from the Nolan Hockey Podcast again, so, yeah, you can come back and check that out. So we finally have 2 mods, Yako and Brady. I don't think I'm giving any yet. I have a little list, though, in my head of guys who I want to give mod to, you know? There are a few other guys on here that have been very, very, great guys in chat, and I think you guys deserve mods, so you will get it eventually, don't worry. I'm going to probably give one out next stream as well. But yeah, Brady's been here for a long time now, so the guy definitely deserves it. Alright. Who's going to get the next goal, guys? I want to see all your predictions in chat. Not the team, player. Let me see which player is getting a goal. Which player is getting it for the Jets. Which player is tying it. I'm saying it's going to be... I'm going to go with Paul Stastny. I'm going to say a tip by Paul Stastny. Jojo, you are actually one of the guys I have on my list. You're a good active sub. Wheeler, we got apples. We got apples from Scars. What does mod mean? It means like if someone's being rude, you can time them out. You can you just get your chat. I can see your messages more. You're able to filter the chat and kind of be like a little I don't want to say like a helper, but it kind of is like that. You just get to kind of, help me moderate the chat and make sure it's clean and everyone's having a good time and there's no people spamming and stuff like that. It's just a little bit more responsibility, and it's what you get if you're a loyal guy and you deserve it. Wheelers is good, though. Stastny, I think Stastny with a tip. They're shooting a lot and there's a lot of tips right now. I think Stastny with a tip is a fair guess. Oh my god, I thought that was in. Yeah, rest in peace, Colby Caves. That was tragic. Stanley gets his first. I like that prediction, Scar. That'd be a great game a tying goal late in the third. First goal for Logan Stanley. Oh, Pierre-Luc Dubois got that pass. Break in. Oh my god, he ran out of real estate on that play. Damn it, why didn't he just throw it behind the net and someone, like... Pierre-Luc Dubois does that a lot, I'm noticing, where he just... You should, you should get one, dude. If you want a jersey, but... Oh my god, I thought that was going to go in. Ah! Come on, Jets. Oh, Ehlers just missed. Oh, man. Damn. Come on, Jets. Push this. Like, God, the entry sucks. Wheeler sucks. Why is Wheeler driving the zone? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, guys. Why does Wheeler and the coaching staff just consistently allow Wheeler to try to push the tempo and drive the game? He can't skate. He's gassed so often. And he's always bringing the puck through the neutral zone through like 3 guys. It's like, dude, like, what are you doing? Same with Connor. What's up, Grayson? Hyde Peg, Jets lose probably. We're going to have to wait and see. I'm still holding out hope, but I'm frustrated right now. There have been a lot of good plays and a lot of weird, dumb plays by the Jets. Like dumb 2-on-1s and opportunities where they can't score, I feel like. Wheeler is out of shape, man. I hope they don't lose, though. I don't think they will. I think we're going to at least get 1 point. That's what I said last night on Twitter. I was like, as long as the Jets can get 1 point out of tomorrow night, I really don't care about the outcome because we're chasing Toronto, and after on a back-to-back, if we can at least get a point, that's success in my book. Oh, why would he... Did you see that? Yes, I did see that win. I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights, and it was a crazy game. Wheeler's going to kick the bucket. Wheeler's just so slow. Oh my god. Pionk bobbled the puck there. Dude, I don't even know how to skate that well. And I can skate better than Blake Wheeler, I feel like. Or at least have better conditioning than the guy. Like, I don't get why he's so gassed all the time. Like, how out of shape can you be at this point in the season? Or just, like, his skating must be taking that much of a hit. And also, him being gassed as much affects his overall play in general. I'm fat too. Nothing wrong with that. Be proud. Own it, guys. Be proud. Come on. Oh, fuck. Fucking. Oh, Stastny held that. Oh, no. Who held that? Oh, my God. That was almost a goal there. Dubois almost tipped that in. Fat Pack Unite. Dude, that's hardcore there, Scar, but you're probably not wrong. I just thought of like a bunch of jokes there about that. I ain't gonna even say them though, dude. That's a good, cool little stat. 4th career multi-point game for Mason Appleton. Probably all of them coming this year. What do you think the biggest shutout in NHL history is? 12-0. I don't know. I'm just a guess. I have no idea. I'm going to say 12-0. If it's higher than that, that's pretty ridiculous for a team to get that many goals and not at least get one. Oh, excuse me. Ben Scrivens. 15-0. That was close. I was close at least. Pullman. Wheeler is the fastest jet. Brady, don't make me take away the mod, dude. Oh, come on, Carter, shoot it. Stop. Why? Ehlers, why? Why? Oh my god. Shoot the puck. Oh my god, Brossois, you monster. Brossois just robbed the Nuge. Coming in on the 5-hole, trying to look for that. Block saves it with the paddle. Whew, what a save there. Jeez, man. Come on. Oh, God. Oh, God. Fuck, this is over for the Jets, I feel like. They're chasing now. They're burnt out completely, it looks like. Come on, guys. You still can get this. Get a point. Don't let McDavid do this to us, please. Come on. The Jets, I appreciate the faith, JoJo, man. I appreciate the faith. I'm starting to lose it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like their play last 5 minutes. Exactly. Like, why is Kyle Connor, like, dropping back and doing a spin move, looking for guys when there's a change? It's like, come on, just shoot the puck and get a whistle. And then win the face-off, which the Jets have been good at lately. Exactly. They need to get at least a point. Dude, me and Zach are going to just tear that third period, last 10 minutes apart, I feel like, in this, man. So upsetting. So slow. Like, they look so good for the first 10 of the third, and then nothing. Nothing almost. Like, there's no life from them. They're just chasing the defense. They're just chasing the Oilers. Oh, my God. I gotta fix my hat. Why don't you answer your Twitter arm? My Twitter arm? Holy shit, my face cam is frozen. What happened? Aw, you gotta be kidding me. Hold on. Is everything okay? I know. Can you guys at least hear me still? Can you guys hear me at least still? Is that okay? I don't know what's happening right now. We can hear me? Okay, so the stream ain't lagging. Thank God. I don't know where the webcam went, guys. Well, there's no webcam, guys. Looks like the webcam just decided to die on me. Well, that sucks. No face cam time, guys. I can try to fix it at the next break. At the next intermission, I can try to fix it. I think we should be able to get it fixed. If we even have one with 3 minutes left. Exactly. Sad times, boys. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what happened with it. It just literally just died on me, I feel like. Yeah, Brady did get mod, yeah. Oh my God, what's happening? Well, my bad. Well, can you imagine if that happens? Jojo, don't even say that. Don't even say that. So... Hey, everyone's celebrating with Brady. There you go, guys. We gotta watch this Jets game, though. I can't believe you guys can't see me. It's so weird. Feed it to... Oh, come on! Who was that? It is the most fun sport to watch and play. I totally agree with that, man. How is that not a tripping call? Oh my god, why is Pullman on there? What are these line combos? Why is the third line on? Trying to get a face off? They're not going to pull Brossoit with 2 minutes left. Oh, look at that. You guys are so dope in chat. Look at you doing that for Brady. That's awesome. Pull him. Come on. Come on. Now they pull the goalie. Oh, come on. Oh, it's ridiculous. No. That's it. Wait, was it an offside? I didn't notice an offside on this one. I thought the Perot one was offside. Are they challenging it? It makes sense to challenge it. Why not at this point? Okay, I'm gonna try to fix the camera, boys, real quick for the post game. Okay, but don't worry. I'm gonna try to fix this. Oh shit. Yeah, I have no idea why it's broken, guys. Oh, excuse me. I don't have 1K subs yet. We'll get there soon. We're very close. I might get a Colby Cave jersey for memory. You should do that, dude. Get whatever jersey you want. I don't think I've ever had a webcam freeze like this. Seriously. It's whack. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back this stream, guys. All the OGs will have mod. You bet you will. Nah, that's not a goal. I think that's not a goal. That's not a goal, guys. Trains is next. He's honestly, yeah, Trains is probably next. You kind of guess the next guy on the list. Yeah, Trains is an OG. It's exactly CND Snipes. I agree. No one has control. It's clearly offside. Honestly, I think you might be one of my first subscribers. Like, really, I think you were one of the first ones. You were close to being one of the first ones. There's no control. This should come back. You can see that there's no control. He does this. No goal, baby. No goal. It's going to be no goal. It's going to be offside. There's no way this is a goal. I'm a little bit behind because I'm streaming and my internet is a little bit delayed right now, but here we go. We're getting it right now. The webcam came back? Ah, it's the webcam came back. Welcome back, Scar. 1 minute left. Who's my favorite player on the Jets? Nikolai Ehlers. Trains gets bad. Too much to have mod. We have 1 minute left, and it's still a 1-goal game. Hope to God that something can happen here. Oh my God, Shifley, you... Come on. How do you not put that in? What a definition of a choke. Oh, Piak, what are you doing? Fuck. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Edmonton Oilers are going to end up taking this game 2-1. Oh, Shifley again! You couldn't... Fuck! They had every opportunity to score there. They just shot themselves in the foot. Ridiculous. Fucking... Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. The game might be over, but me and Zach Nolan from the Nolan Hockey Podcast are going to be talking. I'm going to call Zach right now. We're going to get Zach on the show right now. Alright, hold on, guys. We're going to call Zach right now and get him on. Just give me 2 seconds here. We're not done just yet, and I'm going to give my thoughts before we jump into the game recap, everybody. Jojo, you got to go. Thank you so much for watching. That's all right, dude. No problem, man. Thanks for coming out. It was awesome to have you here. We'll see you next stream, dude. All right. Calling Zach. Let me just hook up the headphones to the right audio jack. And then we're going to call Zachary Nolan, guys. We're going to have him back on here to talk about there. Get ready for some raging, I have a feeling. Holy shit.
Hello?
So frustrating.
Yup.
Wait, why can't I hear you again? I know you're talking. Everything's plugged in.
Yeah. Is it not plugged in?
What the? Okay, we're having technical difficulties for some stupid reason. I gotta check my voice and audio. Headphones, microphone. What the heck? Why can't I hear you?
That's a fantastic question.
There we go. I have no idea why it wasn't working. My Discord, for some reason, just glitches out sometimes. Every time I call you on the stream, it's like I gotta take an extra couple seconds to make sure all the settings are right. Every time. So annoying.
It is sending a message, and I'm not sure if I appreciate it.
All right, so that just pissed me off beyond belief.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! Like, did you not get the same vibe that I did when it comes to the they started off really hot for the first 10 minutes, the first half of that third, and then they just died in that last 10 minutes almost.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not even sure if I'd give them the benefit of the 10 minutes. I'd say for like 7 at the most. I liked.
Honestly, I don't know why I'm giving them it either. Like,
I was sitting there and I was just going, there is nothing working right now. Like, it was one of those things where you'd get in the zone, but like, and you'd sit around in the zone for a bit, and it was like, are we really doing anything here?
Exactly.
Like, or is it just trying not to lose control of the puck? Like, it didn't really feel like anything.
How many times are the Jets going to shoot it wide like that? Like, fuck, I'm sick and tired of watching the guys on the blue line shoot the puck wide or for looking for a tip almost every time.
Honestly, I feel like defensemen need to remember that it's not necessarily about looking for the tip. It's the tip will look for where the guy's shooting it. Like,
exactly.
It's your job to try to put it
basic
high
hockey
so the guy can tip it low. It's not...
Exactly. Man, I'm just like, and then not to mention the fact that Shifley had completely cost the game. I'm gonna say it, he really did. The Jets were losing. It doesn't matter, but he cost the Jets a point by fanning on that shot, wide open net. I don't know how many times Mark Shifley has done that in his career.
Did you see the replay of it though?
I didn't get a chance to properly see a replay of it, but he still fanned on it.
It bounces about an inch before it gets to his stick.
Oh my God,
it's bad. Like, there's nothing he can because he literally, it goes, you can see it normally, and as it gets about, not far away from him, it just goes up a little bit, and it's just, just absolutely rough.
That is ridiculous, man. That was just a ridiculous end of the game. I also felt like there were just a bunch of times where it's like they called that bullshit call, in my opinion, on Forbert in the first for interference on McDavid, and then there were so many plays like that throughout the entire game where Edmonton would just drag Winnipeg down when they didn't have the puck, or just complete interference type plays, and nothing was ever called.
Well, they didn't give him interference.
Yeah, they did.
They gave him tripping.
No, it was an interference call. You have to go back and check. I thought it was tripping
Was
first.
it?
It was an interference.
Well, like it. Okay, that's interesting.
Exactly. I thought when he first got called, I was like, "Oh, that's a weak trip," but I can make sense why it was a trip. But there was a lot of missed calls against the Jets this game. A lot of missed calls against the Jets. And there were plays like that where it was like, that should have been interference if you're going to call that against McDavid and against some of the top Jets players.
That's McDavid, though. Like,
yeah, I know McDavid's going to get that, and every team has that. But it's just frustrating when wait, I need to see these actual stats by the team. Each team had one power play. That was it. Or no, two. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, and the Oilers' power play was a bullshit call that they didn't deserve. And there should have been at least three power plays for each team. I felt like in this game there were a lot of missed calls. A lot of missed calls for both teams.
Okay, like I won't go as far to say it's a bullshit penalty. It's definitely a penalty. It's just the wrong name. Like, it's one of those things. Like when I'm
it's
right?
weak though, man. Like he still
bad.
kept the puck
bad.
though. Like
it's
if
not
you
interference. For sure. It's not interference, but I will say this. When I'm officiating games sometimes I'll give a penalty, and it's one of those things where it's like, is this technically, like, you can kind of just pick and choose which penalty you're guessing, because it is still, you know what I mean? Like, body contact when you're younger, for example, can be interference. It's the same. Like, there's situations where they go into the thing. I agree with you that it shouldn't have been called interference. But to say we didn't trip him when we got our stick caught right between his legs isn't.
But if you also watch the replay, Forbert immediately drops the stick when the moment it gets caught up in the legs before he ever even goes down.
Yeah, the refs barely give them that. Like
I give that every time I call a game. Every time I call a game, I always, if the play, even if it's like a second, I don't give it, because unless it's an obvious like haul down and you can tell like whatever.
I'm not.
But like I just can't stand when refs do that at the NHL level. Like that's what you call for kids when they're learning the game and they have to try to understand that you shouldn't try to do that because it's a risky play. Not at an NHL level when McDavid still can maintain puck possession after just taking a knee, going as fast as he does, and then continues to have offensive pressure. Like just, I felt like this game was, the Jets were like I said, it should have been there should have been more calls for both teams. The Jets took penalties and it wasn't called, and this was a slow, grindy game, and the refs just kind of let it be that way all game. And I don't know why they weren't calling things for both teams to try to give power plays, because the Jets took penalties too, especially in the neutral zone. There were a lot of times where like they'd get like almost like bodied up by a couple Oilers on the transition, and they would pull it. Also, the reason why my face cam just completely shut off on me for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 10 minutes left in the third, it just completely went off, and every time I try to reset it, it just lags my stream, and I don't want to crash my stream, so I'm just gonna sacrifice the face cam. But
it's weird. I really like the third period for about a hot minute, and I think by the
more and more I think about it, the less I like it.
Like by the time of the first TV timeout, I think I was kind of sitting there going, this is the definition of window dressing. It on paper would look okay because you look at like all the time time in the zone, but it's just not. It's like nothing at all made me feel like we were gonna really get something out of it, because it felt like the Oilers were constantly back like on us the whole time.
Holy shit! Sorry to interrupt you there, Zach, but I just saw a crazy stat. Do you know how Neil Pionk's ice time tonight? 27 minutes.
What?
Neil Pionk played 27 minutes.
Well, okay, so do you think that's in direct response to Connor McDavid?
But he barely matched up against McDavid, I felt like, almost all game. I talked to you about that in the first.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
I'm just surprised. Like,
what's McDavid's time on ice? I want to know that one.
Connor McDavid played 23 minutes.
23?
Yes.
Okay. So, like,
I'm not complaining because I didn't think Pionk had a horrible game. I like seeing that Pionk played more than Morrissey. Like, I've been preaching that for a while. I'm just surprised to see that.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like Pionk wasn't bad, I would say, but it's one of those things where it's like you're trying to match him up against McDavid, and what is the kind of success that you're really going to take in those situations? Because Connor McDavid is still Connor McDavid.
Well, exactly.
Like he'll make good defensemen look absolutely nothing. Mm-hmm. Like it's not much that you can do on that.
Well, exactly. But you know what else is weird is that it felt like me and you talked about how good the fourth line was tonight. Nate Thompson and Trevor Lewis only played 7 minutes, and Matthew Perreault played 8, and that's that's it.
I felt like I saw them.
Me too. The entire game, right?
it's one of those things where, you know why we probably only saw them? Is because we only hear the names get announced when the name in question has the fucking puck. When did our other
That's
three
so
lines
true,
have the
man.
puck in the
They
first
barely
two
did.
periods?
Barely did.
Never. The fourth line had it, usually on like breakouts that I thought had no chance of going anywhere when one decided to go in the net. But like, yeah, I don't. It's.
This was
like,
a weird game for me to think back on.
I really like. The more I think about it, the more I really just don't like it. But it's one of those things where the results can't really make me show as much of my like the disgust I have with this game. Because it's only a 2-1 hockey game loss. But, like,
exactly.
In actuality, I'm really annoyed about this.
Me too. I am too. This is one of those games where it's like it just didn't feel like the Jets. I know, and it's not even like I don't. My gripes with this team and this performance has nothing to do with how they're coming playing in a back-to-back. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like I just felt like there was just something about this game that is just leaving a sour taste on my tongue and my mouth, and I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but. I agree with you, man. I don't like this game. The more I talk about it with you now that it's over, I just feel like that even more. That there was just so many problems with tonight's game, and like the first line was invisible, invisible. And
I felt like I
continue.
Like I felt like I was having to write. Like I felt like I was trying to like liven up the chances we were getting by writing the chances. Like, I feel like every single chance we got in the third period, I was able to write down because I felt like that was the closest we were going to get to scoring.
If I was taking notes, I probably would have been the same way. I felt it felt the same way to me, man.
And I don't even have many chances like written down because like there's a couple times where you just like the thing was like every time it went back to the left defenseman, I just slowly died inside because we like, for example, Morrissey would have it, and the Oilers player would stand like maybe 2 feet away at the most, and you're just like, well, I know Morrissey has to throw it down the wall, and like la-di-da, I can't wait to watch one of our players gets into a puck battle with two of the Oilers players down low, as no one helps him. Pierre-Luc Dubois was the only one I saw supporting those chances along the boards in the third
And talk
period.
about Pierre-Luc Dubois. I felt like he was abandoned so much this game where he would like he'd make a good move through the neutral zone, hug the board, break in, fighting off the forechecking of the Oiler defender or the player, and not a single Jets forward is in the rush with him at all. They're hanging back so much by the blue line by the time he's run out of space and he's behind the net, and then he gets pinned, like you said, hit by two Oiler players from behind the net, and then no opportunity arises of a really good zone entry from an individual performance.
Right.
Like, I agree with that totally. Like, it frustrates the hell out of me.
Okay, there's one instance I remember that really annoyed me. There was a time in the third period where one of our players is standing on the left side of the goalie, just all alone, and our players pass it down the left, like, okay, I guess on our right, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Our player passes it down the boards on the opposing side back to try to cycle it around. And I literally just stared at it and I'm like, that has to be Dubois. Like the stature of it. Why is no one throwing that? I think like they pass it back down to Ehlers and I'm just looking at it like, throw it over. Like, and then they finally would, but it was by that dumb let's go D to D to telegraph where the play's going.
Exactly. Like, every time the Jets moved the puck from side to side or took any type of changed the way that the offense was shaping up, it was always through the defense, and the defense half the time would just shoot it on net, or like I said, a completely wide shot that would tip out to the corner where the defender is, and they take it in clear.
We need more courage, someone wrote in the chat. Yeah,
I agree with that, man. Like, me and Zach were talking about that in the first. There's almost no grit with this team and how they, like, play the physical side of it anymore. A lot of the physical guys have their game has just disappeared. Like, Lowry, Kopp, hell, even Trevor Lewis. Like, he's thrown a couple decent hits, but, again, like what me and Zach said, hitting a guy into the board, finishing a check isn't a definition, in my opinion, as a really game-changing type of hit that swings momentum. The Jets don't have any momentum-swinging type of physical plays anymore. They need to be more physical. They need more courage in their team. I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure.
This was a prime example of a team that is missing elements to being a consistent threat. And even though it was a back-to-back and they were tired, this game just, in my opinion, showed the holes in the Jets' offense. Even though they're very good, these type of games have happened in the past with the Jets, where the offense looks stale, where guys aren't getting support that they need. The corners are heavily, they're heavily hitting the corners and they lose the puck a lot there. And this isn't the first time, in my opinion, that the defense has shot the puck way too much and missed the net. What are your thoughts on that?
I would say, yeah, honestly, like, the missing the net, it's funny because I used to really bag on Beaulieu for that. But Beaulieu is one of the he's one of the people that I felt like we pinned a lot of that blame. I'm not going to advocate that Beaulieu wasn't dog shit. He was. But the thing is that a lot of the times when we overgeneralized certain things and would just point at them out for Beaulieu's game, they were replicated throughout the roster to an annoying extent that was shown tonight. Like, Josh Morrissey was, like, as I like to say, living in Beaulieu's house tonight. He was standing right on the corner, right on the blue line, where the blue line meets the wall, and just firing shots at absolutely nothing. Like, not until we got the best consistent presence we had in the entire game was with the net empty.
I know. That's ridiculous. And think about that. Even then, they were lucky that was an offside goal. That they even had an opportunity to continue pressing with 2-1 with a minute left. Like, that was a gift that the Oilers were able to fumble that puck. Like, because think about that play. That's a routine zone entry, and it just one extra little bobble. If Puljujärvi controls that after the first one properly, it's not an offside. Like, they got so lucky with that call.
They don't communicate who gets it, Puljujärvi or McDavid. McDavid's McDavid. McDavid's like, what are you talking about? This is my puck.
Exactly.
I'm not sitting on McDavid. That's just how the Oilers operate.
Oh, exactly. That's how they have been that way since his rookie year.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, like, I want to save the rest of it for when the chat's not here so I can really rip into this team, because I saw a lot of stuff that I didn't like with this team, and it wasn't because it was a back-to-back, because it was another thing I keep harking on in all my game recap videos, and that you have too as well, is that there are times where individual performances keep this team back, in my opinion. Where it's like, not because of a lack of a team effort. In my opinion, the Jets, although they were, like, the first line wasn't great, there were elements that were throughout the whole team, defensively and offensively, that weren't great. But when you look at some of the individual performances, that's what killed us, in my opinion. Morrissey shooting the puck wide almost every time. Pullman, being inconsistent throughout the whole game. And
okay, can I be honest here? This is gonna sound terrible considering what I cover. I couldn't tell you a single time I saw Pullman. Dude, I couldn't tell you.
I only noticed him because I saw how bad he was, and he made so many little mistakes, man.
I couldn't even do that for you. Like, if you asked me, like, just name, like, one instance he was on the ice, couldn't fucking do it. I couldn't do it.
I can name at least 3 plays where he caused a 2-on-1.
He could have been the hidden third healthy scratch, and I would have never been able to argue that. I didn't see him a single second on the ice of him. It's just like, and it's funny because looking at this game, how bad it was, we actually almost snuck away with a win here.
I know, and that's how good the Jets' offense is when they're actually, like, able to click, and the team is just like also, not to mention, because we're starting to go on a little bit of a tangent here, so harken it back before we end this, because I think we should end on a positive. In my opinion, Laurent Brossoit was a gem tonight. I know he let in 2 goals against McDavid, but the defense at times, the defense at times,
he gets the McDavid card.
When I compare the dangerous shot attempts from the Jets took compared to what the Oilers took.
What dangerous shot attempts?
Exactly, right? Exactly. Laurent Brossoit had to make... He made... How many shots did he face? He faced less shots, obviously, but in my opinion, almost all those 21 shots were deadly. Like, they were a lot of very scary chances by the Oilers. And I think that he really kept us in, because this game could have, in my opinion, if Brossoit sucks... And the way the Jets' offense was playing at times, this could have been like a game against the Montreal where it was the 7-1. Not as bad, but it could have been at least a 5-0 game or 5-1.
The only thing that I would say on that is how he was controlling the puck was giving me a little bit of nightmares. But other than that, it was fine.
Exactly. I felt the same way.
Puljujärvi just completely stripped him of the puck. I went, no. Like, please do not do that at all.
Scheifele
yeah,
could have
like-
saved us, Matt, but he choked. Just like Scheifele's choked tons of times. It shows so weird. Scheifele either is the definition of clutch in the last minute, or he just chokes consistently in the
Jake,
last
I
minute.
understand what you mean, but also go find the replay if you can. Like, it bounces on him. It's not. I know. We had a horrible offensive game, and the first thing that I want to do right now is just be like, it's just your fault.
Well,
No,
not Mark Scheifele's fault, but it just
bounces
sucks to see him have an open net, because I just remember...
on him. This is the accumulation of the failures that our offense brought the entire game.
Okay, I'll fine. I will agree with that. I'm going to steal that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But it still hurts because I just hate when Scheifele misses the net. Because there's so many, me and you talked about in the past too, where he never can elevate the puck. And it's like, you know, and other than that though, I want to end it on that because I feel like we should end it on a little bit of a positive with Brossoit being a pretty good performance tonight against his old club.
And we got our videos to just
let the pain get ooze.
And as long as I wait 60 seconds, I can get all the swearing in I want, apparently.
Exactly. I love that rule.
That's the garbage. I forgot that Carter puts the intro in as well. So as I did it, it went at 102, and then on the video, I think it's at 115. I was like, all right, let's fucking go. Like,
exactly.
But yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to Zach. I've been posting his link, not as much as I should have been, but you guys should be definitely dropping subscriptions to him right now. We're going to be doing a next stream. I have no idea when, so just stay tuned, and we will be, streaming sometime soon, and we'll have Zach back on.
Mondays work usually okay for you?
Mondays are usually good for me for streaming, unless I have a ton of school stuff. But
for me, because I have no school on Mondays.
All right, then that sounds good. A lucky bastard. I gotta work Mondays, and then I have to usually do a bunch of stuff after work for prep. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to Zach if you haven't. Appreciate all the kind words and the support you guys have been showing. Thanks for 35 likes on the stream. Thanks for subscribing if you're new. Peace, love, and positivity as always, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys in the next stream. Video coming out tomorrow, and Mason Appleton video coming out Saturday. Notifications, turn them on if you haven't already. Like I said, peace, love, and positivity. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.